avast and ahoy to ye mateys. Humblewood approaches ever faster, and now that you're here, pay attention. I'm the piratical dungeon master. It's clear from your eager expressions for a finale that you're rather keen. But we're talking popes and possessions, the finest deep fryer that you've ever seen. So prepare for Daria Zhadanova. Be prepared for Jonathan Best. A shining new leader is tiptoeing nearer, and where does Karen feature? Just listen to teacher. I know it sounds sordid and will be rewarded when at last Eric's given his tar by Brendan Ellis, deliciously squared. Be prepared.
Amazing.
I'm not doing that again.
No, please do.
That is the end of that.
Yeah.
That was dead set.
No,
more work.
sorry. Josh, it looks like the stream was offline. Can we do it?
You were muted, man. You gotta go again.
I'm running out of Disney songs to rip off, so that may well be the last one. I'm sorry, I'm running out of good Disney songs to rip off. So let's talk about these lovely folks, shall we? Daria, who the heck are you? Thank you, Watch for
my name is Daria. I'm an artist. I've done the portraits for the channel, and I am playing Julio Switchgear, and I'm always prepared.
That's it. John, who the heck are you?
Hi, I'm Jonathan. I'm playing Bron. I've been a performer for a very long time, avid fan of D&D, and very excited to bring the best deep fryer that I can.
That's it. Karen, our shiny new leader, tell us about yourself.
How do I always end up being the leader in D&D? I'm not trying to, I swear. It's just something that happens. And I'm never prepared. But can you tell? No. I am a performer, a writer, an internet addict. You can follow me on Twitter at Mother of Bunnies, Instagram, Miss Lamar, or you can listen to me in the D&D podcast, There Be Dragons, which I found out the other day had a recent spike in listeners despite us not having released a new episode for freaking ages.
May I posit that it's because we were actively talking about it for the first time in a while?
Look, I don't think that explains, I think it was, I can't remember how many, but it was over 1,000 new, listens. And I'm like, where the fuck did they come from?
You trick the algorithm. It only needs a few for people to go, oh, people are listening to this. Okay, more. Give it to more people.
So yes, go listen to it, and then go bother Castellan to release more apps.
Yeah. Okay. Brendan, who the heck are you?
Hello, I'm Brendan. I'm an actor and director, and I sometimes shitpost here in the chat.
Yep.
Look forward to that.
I embrace.
It rhymes.
And I be Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on my channel Corsair's Cove, where I run D&D and other RPG-related games with my lovely wife Karen, the mother of bunnies, and all my splendid friends. We will be back next Monday for more Midnight and Madness. New season, I want to say 4 of Midnight and Madness, which is pretty cool, with Jack, Rogue, Rachel, and the gang. In fact, what I'm planning on doing, and it's not confirmed yet, but we need to find out what happened to each of them when they went off on their all separate different little directions. So it might be a whole bunch of little one-on-one D&D sessions. It's going to be rather fun. And then, we will be back on Tuesday as well for more Baldur's Gate 3. But tonight, yes, we are doing The Humble of the Wood. And it is, let us see, I have notes. Why am I not reading them? I must remind our undisputed, respected, and possibly even saluted audience to please like, follow, and subscribe to all the things, you bloody champion. We have all the exclamation mark socials. Yowza. We have a Discord if you want to come and hang out with us there. Ask us any questions you may have. Post pictures of your children or pets in the Adorable Fluffy Things channel. And we have a YouTube for catching up on all the episodes you may have missed. There are a lot now. There have been a lot for a while, but it's only getting worse. So enjoy that there. We also have a Shorts channel for all the fun little silly sidebar shit that we come up with. And we are affiliated with a couple of wonderful groups of people. Firstly, Troll Games, the amazing folks over at Troll Games. The macro still didn't work, but there we go. I think I've set it to order, so it should just pop up every now and again, telling you all about the wonderful chaps at Troll Games. They are a TTRPG online community, and they have a store. They have provided our wonderful giveaway for this evening. Jack Squarepeg is raiding. Guys, how was it? How did you go? How was Call of Cthulhu? Jack, congratulations on 200 followers, you bloody champion. Choo choo, motherfucker. That's awesome. Well done, buddy. Congratulations. Big milestone. Good on you. The first 200 is hard. It's not going to get easier, but the first 200 is really hard. Well done. Yeah, if you want a really hecking good stream with a bunch of people who often stream here, you could do significantly worse than checking out the VOD of Jack's modern-day Call of Cthulhu game. So if we have a shout-out for the wonderful Jack Squarepeg, you can check that shit out there. Yeah, Troll Games, they're lovely blokes. They are... All I heard was not going to get easier. I mean, I think that's basically what I said.
Isn't that the joke that, life is just saying, it'll be easier after XYZ? Endlessly until you die.
And they had a bunch of lovely folks performing over there with them, including the Lorite and Roro as well. So that was really cool. And they are often here with us. We have a giveaway this evening. Anybody who types !ticket in chat will go in the draw to win a Trollord Games voucher. So you could get $10 off any item on their digital store. And that'll basically get you most items on their digital store. So it's a pretty fucking sweet deal. So yeah, type !ticket to go into the draw for that. We are also affiliated with the wonderful Wooten Forge gaming accessories. They make beautiful hand-carved dice trays, things like that. They'll laser engrave your name into it in the bottom corner if you like. They've got little leather inlays there with laser engraved with Wooten Forge's symbol on it. They can also make commemorative coins. They use exotic and Australian hard words, like this beautiful Corsair's Cove coin, the CCC. CC! Yes, so type !ticket to go into the draw to win. Wooten Forge stuff, Troll Games stuff, Wooten Forge are also great. Guys, what the heck happened last time? We did not actually establish who would be doing this, so could you all just sort of fathom it together, would you mind?
Group chat.
Daria, what happened at the very first bit of the thing? And then you can all take it in turns. There you go.
Yeah, the best part to ask me about, because I totally remember. Pretty sure we started the session after the unsuccessful attempt of Eric to dramatically die. So we had a little bit of time to ponder that. Go shopping for some new diamonds and some diamond dust, because we need that shit, apparently. The DM took the gloves off, so we have to now have our revival things on the ready. So we did that. I think then Ron received the cool new armor.
Yes,
and Eric was like, oh yeah, no big deal. I'm just sort of kind of like a cool mogul. Like, normal Eric things. And then we also, Julio told everyone about the fucked up vision of seeing Riley in the death plane. So that's not great, but the gang was like, whatevs. Let's go talk to Grandma.
More like we can't get there right now.
Yeah. Nor do we want to. I got the gist. So, but we were summoned to a talk with the ruling group, the circle of the rulers of the city, who told us a little bit about their part of the investigation, and we compared notes and realized that we need to discuss stuff with the criminals themselves, get a little bit of info from them, maybe go to the house of the singer Pavoni Thousand Eyes, I just remember that name. Holy shit. The mind blast just knocked me off a little bit. But we also decided to go into the theater and we found like shitloads of drugs. Like fucking Donald Duck swimming in the coins amounts of drugs. You look anywhere,
Yeah.
there's drugs.
Mm.
So that was great.
Except for the
And then-
wizard's room, which had nothing.
Yes, Wizard's Room was surprisingly austere. Everyone else fucking
Suspiciously so.
blasted off their eyeballs on drugs. And speaking of blasted off, there was a weird little guy that just was running around the theater. So obviously we were like, oh, we gotta kill him. So we ran after him. For some reason,
I mean,
there's
I
a
think
chase
Julio
scene.
ran after him at the speed of sound.
Yeah, Julio went new.
There was a sonic boom.
Yes. Yeah, that's my addition for Sonic. Please and thank you, Sega. Consider. And consider the next Sonic film with him having boobs and a toupee. But I digress. We got the bitch. They're very stinky and very homeless looking. So we think they were just there for drugs because they, need a fix. And their dealer was one of the people in the theater, maybe. And I think that's where we stopped.
Yeah. Daria, that was astoundingly accurate. Thank you very much. I'm going to give you an inspiration for the improvised non-requested recap there. Good job.
They're usually not improvised. Yeah, they're always so planned on my part, dude.
Well,
oh my god.
Well, I'll take it away then. No.
Good job doing the first bit.
Yeah.
Who's going to do the rest?
Yeah, who's going to carry on with that?
I'll jump in.
Yeah.
Eric also made some smart things. He realized that the cursed dagger that messed Kesh and him up so badly is a shard of the death plane.
Yes.
And with appropriate magical preparations, we might be able to use it as a door into the plane of death. But we might also be able to turn it into protection charms, so we can exist in the death plane without, dying. Or being horribly mutilated. And since teleportation charms are a thing, we might be able to work out how to make teleportation charms to get to the death plane and back without dying. And while we're on the subject of charms, Eric asked Julio about any objects he has that might be able to track Raleigh. And we get a glimpse at a cute little seashell locket that Raleigh gave Julio.
Yeah.
That we might be able to use to track.
Is there a picture in the locket?
There's a... I didn't note down if it had anything in it.
No, that was me asking
I don't think
Daria.
he opened. I don't think he opened it. He just
okay.
showed the
Yeah, he did.
the clasp
He
seashells.
just showed it, but yeah, I was wondering.
It's just
wow.
a dick pic.
Wandering character, you bitch.
Fair enough.
And I think that was the
inspiration.
main thing that I had noted down. Then there was finding all the drugs.
Yeah. I would note that
We did find the script of the show,
you did.
Yeah.
Hashtag
which did not resemble the show we saw very closely. So
No.
I feel like that's exactly how theater works, though, right?
rehearsals
how it
exist.
I'm not comfortable with how accurate that statement is. It depends on the night and the audience and who you're fucking performing with and the amount of drugs. The other thing I would note, it wasn't just the wizard's room that lacked for drugs. Rain Thronereel's dressing room also did not actually contain any hallucinogenic substance, and the girl who played Kesh's room, Griselda Maybuck, only had a little bit, probably a legal amount of drugs,
Is there a legal amount of
What's
these
a
sorts
legal
of
amount of
drugs?
drugs?
Well, possession is okay, but dealing is not. So it's the amount you're allowed to have on you.
You wouldn't get done for dealing with it in
Yeah.
your bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
As a present from Pavoni, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That is the assumption. And yeah, then you knock down an Ellerin boy, and yeah, cool. Karen, could you quickly
Wait,
tell us about the Ukraine?
Ellerin.
Yeah,
oh,
he
that's
was.
that's cat
Yeah,
people.
cat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cat guy.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Sorry, what was that? I
Could
was
you
being
tell
asked?
us about the Ukraine?
Oh yes, the Ukraine, the war. It's bad. It sucks. So if you are able, we have a link in chat for the emergency action appeal, to which you can donate. It is a conglomerate of charities and not-for-profits from Australia, and you can pick a specific group to send your money to, or you can just generally donate to the cause, and they are trying to support Ukrainian refugees. So if you can, that would be lovely.
Good on you, champions. Alrighty. Yeah. Very well. So let us get into it, mateys. May your new armor fit you perfectly, and all the drugs you find be delicious, as we head tremulously at first, and then with mounting heat and passion into the Humblewood. So we return to the Alderheart Palladium, where the gang has just apprehended an intruder, and Kesh now has to have a serious word with some underlings. Before you is a haggard-looking Tabby Ellerin in the stained clothes and ragged cloak. Muddy strips of cloth cover his paws, and he looks like he hasn't eaten well in a few weeks. His teeth are yellow, and his eyes are sallow. He has just said, "I was just looking for the." No, what was it? I'm sorry, I was looking for the Luma lady. What do? Julio, you're kind of straddling this dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will continue straddling this dude until everyone else catches up.
Yeah. Cash is not
So,
far behind you. Eric and
Oh.
Bron
Yeah.
casually striding
Eric
up.
wandered off.
Oh, that's
Eric
right,
went
yeah.
to a different place.
Very well.
Ah.
Eric went elsewhere. Bron comes up with a big bowl of lollies.
Yeah. I think Bron's going to offer the Ellerin. If he looks like he hasn't eaten well, Bron will offer a lolly. That's healthy food.
Thank you.
No, it's not. It's on the empty stomach. Don't eat that. Don't eat. I have hash browns for you. Put that away.
Oh,
Sugar,
okay.
empty sugar. Oh my god, that's horrible.
Normally
Sprouts
when
are
I
so
am
good.
apprehended, I am not fed immediately.
Who exactly were you trying to find in the theatre?
The lady, the Luma, with the tail.
For drugs? Is it for
What?
drugs?
No. For the listens.
Those are
The
drugs.
The drugs.
What did you think they were?
No drugs. So you snort or you inject or you eat, maybe. I've heard of smelling and breathing, but just you don't listen to drugs. That does not work. Trust me, I know.
But, well, then
So
how
what
would you use it? What's the point of them?
They make you feel good.
So it's drugs.
Wait, but then music would be drugs.
Exactly. So it's not drugs.
You're
Because
not
it's sort
helping,
of like
Bron.
music.
Sorry, I'm just. Oh.
I think everybody has a different experience, but for me, yeah, kind of like music.
Okay. Do you feel an addiction? Do you feel like you need a new hit?
I mean, I would like more, but I don't.
You can take it or leave it.
You can be addicted to no drugs. I like breathing and food, please.
I don't know why we are feeding and also debating philosophy with this man.
Could you? I mean, I'm fine with it if you want, but could you get off me?
Okay, fine. But just to stop running, okay? Don't run
Okay.
anywhere.
So how long have you been coming to the Luma lady for listen?
Oh, maybe 6 months.
6 months.
Jesus.
And
And
how
see,
did
I'm quite sane, not addicted.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
That's-
And how did you know that she had them?
But she gave me them the first time.
Just
Oh.
casually?
Well, no, not casually. We were no, it was casual. I was working here, and she it was a party, and she had she was sort of giving them away.
So she gave you free drugs.
At a party, and no drugs. Just nice things to listen to. She's a musician.
What does she ask for in return for the listen?
Nothing is present.
She just
For 6 months?
6 months she's just giving you?
Very
Nice.
kind. She is nice. She knows that many of her friends like it, so she says she's the only one who has it. So she's like, she likes to share. This is what she says.
You said you
Now,
worked here.
Economically,
6
that
months
makes no
ago.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said you worked here. Did you stop working here? What happened?
I got fired.
Why? Because of
For
your
what?
substance abuse?
Well, no. Actually, no. Mostly that I forgot to come to work several times.
Because
And
you
did
were
you maybe
listening?
forget because you were listening? Yeah.
Not just that. He says it, he's like, oh, fuck. That's not better. No, mostly the other drugs, actually.
Oh Jesus! Can I insight her?
Yeah.
How is he really this dumb, or what's happening?
You can incite, yes.
I would love to. Thank you very much. Like how stupid this particular individual is.
Yeah, is he dumb or is he playing dumb?
Yeah. Okay. God, my sheet is still loading, but I got a 15 on the die plus something. I don't
Probably
know.
quite a bit.
Plus
Yeah.
Insight. I mean, plus
From a
2, so
bard.
17.
17. Okay. Yeah.
I'm not insightful.
He doesn't seem to be being talking bullshit. He is panicked.
Got it.
He is twitchy. He is. I don't know how experienced Julio is with drug users.
Oh, being a pirate in the past? Quite.
I thank you kindly that is not necessarily a stereotype of pirates. Alcohol, sure, I'll give you that one, but like, all pirates were on crack. No, it's...
Scopes' pirates were on crack, and that's
Okay.
canon.
All right.
Every day I wake up, I get on crack. I don't actually know what crack is, so I'm just assuming there's like a...
See, I'm having a mental blank now and I cannot remember what crack is.
Cocaine.
It's cocaine, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then why do people call it crack cocaine?
I think because it comes in crystals instead of
Yeah.
a powder. But
So you
I'm going to be
crack it.
honest, I am no expert here.
Yeah. Believe you
I am
spike-
such
you-
an
you
narc.
smoke
I have
it.
no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to add something
Pirates-
great to my search
Pirates
history.
probably would have
Why
done
is it called
opium.
crack?
Yes.
So a little bit. All right. So, you might be
Oh,
a
yeah,
little
I'm
bit
totally
familiar
right.
with.
It's a crystal.
Yeah. You might be a little bit familiar with, the symptoms of withdrawal. And he is a bit like twitchy, like he needs his fix. But yeah, whether or not, you get that vibe off him, and he is panicked. I think is
Panicked?
probably I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna answer your questions because I don't know what the fuck you're gonna do, and I really, really, really don't want to get arrested, even though I definitely am doing something I shouldn't be.
Okay, got it.
What's your name, mate?
I am Baron.
Sorry, was that said before and I just didn't realize?
Yes. Last session
No,
we had
he never
the name
actually.
Baron.
He never actually mentioned his name. I told the audience, because
Right.
he's a bought NPC.
We were supposed to be closing
Yeah.
our ear holes. I'm
that's
sorry, I didn't
meta
do that.
information, but yeah, no, I'm Baron.
Baron, when you are using the listen, do you remember everything that's like happening around you, or are you oblivious?
Mostly,
So, like, if you were listening, you know, and you were, say, sitting in a shop, you would, like, remember all the, like if people were coming in or anything.
I suppose when you're listening, you don't really listen to other things. But you still see other stuff. So if I was sitting in a shop, say, I would see people coming in, but I wouldn't necessarily listen to what they were saying.
It's
distracting.
The stuff that you heard from the listen.
Mm-hmm.
Can you describe it to us?
He sort of screws up his face for a minute, and then he says, kind of like being hugged.
Okay.
Or, you know, being tucked into bed. Maybe
like something familiar from your childhood, maybe?
Your childhood was maybe different from mine. But a warm cup of coffee. Nice things.
And if you use the listen, would you ever say, like, how long does it last, the effect?
Oh, hard to say. I kind of lose track. He didn't laugh. That was me laughing. But I kind of lose track, but I will guess at least a couple of hours.
And have you ever been listening and when it's over, you're somewhere you weren't before?
A couple of times.
Doing things that were unexpected?
Maybe dirty or lost or injured?
Well, no, never hurt. I have lost things.
Mm-hmm.
But that, for my job, it maybe is not losing. I have sold things and not remember that I have done so.
Mm-hmm. You've never accomplished things that you wouldn't normally otherwise have done. You weren't controlled in any way.
Like, you didn't wake up and find that, you know, you, I don't know, suddenly painted done a painting or something out of character.
No. I am not a painter.
Well, you mentioned that you sold something and then you forgot what it was. What do you usually sell?
Things, small things, trinkets, stuff that people want, you know, in the roots mainly. People come to me to sell small items that they don't need anymore, and I sort of pass it along.
Like a pawn shop.
Yeah, like a pawn shop. Yeah.
Can I? What check
Anybody wanting to insight that is very welcome to.
Basically, I was going to ask, like, I want to do whatever check will let me kind of interpret whether I think he's being honest.
Oh, that's an insight check. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to roll an inside check and I'm not even there.
Yeah, I sell trinkets.
Baby! I see into his soul.
You do.
Nice.
You do indeed. All right. Yes. A 28. Fuck me. He is lying through his teeth about this. He is not lying. He is just not telling you the whole truth. What he sells is definitely drugs.
Cool. I would
tall,
like
small
to
trinkets. Yeah.
I would then like to cast a spell that I have called Zone of Truth.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And as the name suggests,
Wisdom save.
it creates a magical zone that guards against deception. So until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell's area on a turn or starts its turn there must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, a creature can't speak a deliberate lie while in the radius.
Save.
Yeah, so he has to roll a charisma save against my spell save DC, which is 16.
Julio fails, as does he.
And it's 15-foot radius. So if you guys are standing close to this
Yeah.
dude, you are also in the zone of truth.
Yeah, Julio is in the zone of truth because he's sitting on top of the guy. Braun may well be there as well. Braun passes. However, DC 17, I think. 16 or 17.
To note, an affected creature is aware of the spell and
Yeah.
can thus avoid answering questions to which it would normally respond with a lie. So it can be evasive,
Yeah,
but he can't be deliberately
yeah,
untruthful.
yeah. Yeah.
Wait, so only noticed on a fail. So Bron doesn't notice? He
It says
passed? Is that
affected.
how- Oh,
So-
okay. That would be great.
So yeah, you guys are all aware of what I've just done, including
Mhm.
Baron.
Okay.
Baron,
Hmm.
I don't want to. Just to be clear, I've done this in a way that I am outside the zone of truth.
Yeah, yep, yep.
I'm not gonna
So
kill
that,
you.
so that you can lie to him right now.
Baron, like, I'm not necessarily gonna lie, but I'm not stupid enough to force myself to tell the truth in this situation.
Very well. You're being
Um,
evasive, if you will.
Yes, I am. Baron, the trouble is, we have reason to believe that this listen is dangerous in some way.
Oh.
So, if there is anything you know or you have experienced in the last 6 months that has made you think, even fleetingly, that you listening might be dangerous to you or other people, I would really appreciate if you told me about it right now.
I have not heard of anything that would make it sound dangerous.
Well, you just
It's-
said. Oh, sorry. If he keeps talking, I won't cut him off.
It's a lot safer than a lot of the other things I sell.
We got your ass.
Huh.
What's the rule on Miranda rights in Humblewood?
If it's magically
Miranda?
confessed, it's, yeah.
But you said a moment ago that sometimes when it wears off, you don't know what you've been doing.
Oh, but I've never hurt myself, or as far as I know, anyone else.
As far as you know.
Well, I normally remember, like, it's very rare that I don't remember. I have blank spots, and if I do, it's often I put it down to double dipping. You know, after a while, the high doesn't get so good, so you double and you...
Right.
Hi. So you do say it's a drug.
Well, no, I add, it's... if I'm taking, say, and he pulls out of his pocket a bee sting, like the needle of a bee's stinger, like this, for example. You know, it smooths the down.
You've
sort
been
of thing.
deliberately stinging yourself with bees.
No, it's the sting of the bee. It does not have the poison in it. It's a different thing.
What is it? What does it have in it?
Eric comes in 5 minutes later. This guy is giving us a lecture on how to use different drugs, and we're
It's
taking notes.
It's a
You
potion.
should put the belt around your upper arm.
Yeah.
What are you all
know
doing?
of it. You put it's a potion. You dip it and you.
And what is the potion?
I actually haven't made up all of the narcophilia.
Okay,
in
that's
the...
fine. It's not no. I suppose what I'm getting here, Baron, is I am
Let's
concerned.
call it grandmother's whispers.
Nice. Not creepy at all. I like it.
Yeah.
I just rubbed my eye and forgot I had glitter on, so I have glitter all over my hands now. Whoops.
Canon.
Baron, have you been having any odd dreams lately?
Oh yeah, my dreams tend to be pretty weird.
Any of them relating to wind or the sky?
Yes. Most of them. Is that bad?
What are you doing
Is it
in those
unusual?
dreams?
Well, no, about the last several months.
Hmm.
Pretty normal.
6, maybe?
I don't know about 6, he says, and he's like, I don't know about 6, and also I really don't like. He's like, definitely not more than 6, though.
What is there? Is there something
I
that
would not
usually
say
happens?
6, though, maybe 4.
Maybe 4. Okay.
It sounds like he wants to believe that.
Yeah. Totally close to like 4.5 at
Yeah,
max.
yeah,
Max-
like definitely
max-
not longer than 5 months. Like there's
Max
definitely not a
18
direct.
weeks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What like is there like something that normally happens in these dreams, or does
No.
it vary?
Sometimes I am flying, sometimes there is just air, and sometimes there are other creatures, sometimes there are birds. There are birds with 6 arms. Well, no, like 6 limbs.
Yes.
So wings and then arms and legs. Sometimes
talk
there
to you?
are Hiscalia. No, the Hiscalia don't talk to me.
Do
Well,
any
one
of them-
did, and that was quite upsetting. That was not a good dream.
Are they
What
usually
happened?
pleasant or are they usually unpleasant?
Mostly nice. Just, I suppose sometimes. I guess I don't think they're supposed to be nasty.
But
It's more
they're
just sort of
unsettling?
like the way yeah, a little unsettling, I guess. Like unexpected. Like I did not know that I could imagine that sort of thing.
You might not.
So, do you feel different when you wake up from these dreams?
What? Every morning?
Every night
You
you're
haven't-
dreaming of the sky and wind and birds.
Yeah, I think mostly.
And are you getting high every day? Are you using Listen every day?
No. I can't afford to.
But
Maybe.
she gives it to you for free.
Oh, yeah, and I sell a lot of it.
Businessman.
Well, so the Luma lady gives me as much as she can. She has loads to spare, but she gives me as much as she can because she knows I share it with my friends.
For money.
Mm-hmm.
She does not know this.
So she just thinks you're giving it away.
Yes. I feel bad, but at the same time, I like eating, and I don't have a job here anymore.
How many friends would you say you give this to regularly?
Regularly? 30, maybe 40?
Oh dear God.
Have they had dreams?
Are they having
We
dreams?
don't tend to talk about it, actually. It's not that kind of friendship, you know? It's mostly
Huh.
like, bowling buddies, that sort of thing. Like, you just go and you play a game and you don't really talk.
Okay.
You don't? Been playing bowling wrong all my life.
Okay, well,
what?
what do we do with this guy now, though?
Just a second.
Just let me go, yeah? Just let me go. I haven't done anything wrong.
You did
today?
just confess to selling illegal substances. But
He gets
that-
halfway through and stops speaking. He's like,
Yeah.
Other question. What time did it all kick off
last
yesterday?
night.
Yeah.
Like 8 o'clock-ish.
What were you doing about 8 p.m. yesterday?
I was, so, a couple of friends invited me over to a party, and, we were listening. Go together and listen together.
And was it like normal?
It was a little... The music was quite vigorous.
Mm-hmm.
Could I?
And, at the end, because you've asked and he wouldn't lie to you, at the end, it sort of ended quite quickly. I came out of it, and I normally take slower to come. It's normally a good come down. It was like, "Whoa! I'm awake now."
And did the music go anything like this? And Kesh would like to probably very averagely, like la 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 of what the orchestra were playing.
Give me a performance check. One is the auto
Straight
scroll.
8.
Not on. And can you make me a wisdom save?
Oh, shit.
Oh no!
A save.
Well, the wisdom save is a 13. Is that enough to?
You know what? Bronze armor. It's not going to help with the song, but maybe it'll help Kesh and her sanity. Just a little spark at the right moment. You can add 5 to that.
That'll make it an
Simultaneous-
18 on the
Yeah,
save.
as you try and think back on what the music sounded like, you hear it very clearly in your mind, and it's hard to stop it, like an earworm, but more irritating. And it's just quite distracting, and for a moment it's just there, and that's what stops you from being able to hum it accurately. He says, "A little, I suppose. It was quite confused. There was a lot of voices, which there aren't normally. It's normally very few voices, if any."
Voices saying things?
Yeah.
Could you make out any of the words?
There was something about a pope.
Okay.
Is there?
Anything else?
Can I get a history in chat, please? Exclamation mark history.
A pope. And just so we're clear, your party, was it here in the theater?
No. In the roots.
Okay.
History. Okay, yeah.
Oh, an 18.
Thanks, Bishop Blood.
Nice.
Yeah, he says, what else? There was something about a map patch lady and elementals. There was lots of elementals.
Oh dear.
Julio, could you do me a favor and make sure he doesn't go anywhere for a moment?
Oh no.
Eric,
Yes,
can I
sir.
have a word over
Eric's
here?
not here.
Oh,
Eric.
where'd Eric go?
Eric just
Eric
walked
wandered
off
off.
when we were
Yeah.
fucking
He was
going after
checking
this
the booth.
guy.
He was checking out the booth where he was when the whole fight went down. And I told him
Oh.
to yell out if he needed any help, so we should be fine, hopefully.
I'm gonna go find Eric.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can hold on to him here.
Oh, no need.
Can I go?
No need. No, don't go anywhere, Major. Watch this. Eric, come here. I'm using sending.
Okay.
I love that you're using sending
Flex.
for like 100-meter distance.
Yeah.
I adore it. Mark that spell slot off, and yes, alrighty.
You got it.
Brandon, Eric hears the phrase, "Eric, come here." You've gotten to the booth. What were you doing there?
One of the things that I believe Cash articulated wanting to do was, or maybe it was Julio, but wanting to determine that the assassin was definitely trying to target Cash. Or exactly what they were trying to do. So my intent, and it probably wouldn't have taken me that long, but my intent would have been to go to the booth and cast Detect Poison and Disease.
Ooh.
Targeting the last in the booth where I took the tray of drinks and then sat them down in the corner and forgot about them.
Very well. Cool. You do that. It just works, right? You cast it and yeah. Can you read exactly what it does? Like what it would detect?
Yes. And I If I would have had the time, then I would have spent 10 minutes
Yeah.
ritual casting it. Otherwise, I would just use a spell slot.
I feel like this conversation probably has gone on for about 10 minutes.
Which means Zone of Truth is actually about to end anyway.
Yeah. Oh.
For the duration, you can sense the presence and location of poisons, poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of you. You also identify the kind of poison, poisonous creature, or disease in each case. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by stone, metal, etc.
There is no trace of poison or disease in the booth.
Interesting.
Just outside the booth, however, there is a splatter of blood on the floor, which does contain not disease, but it's something about it pings as off, and it is where Kesh was standing.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I probably don't have any method of collecting
It's a
dried
stain.
blood.
It's a stain.
Yeah.
It's sunk into the carpet. It's not really a... Yeah, there isn't anything to get. Unless you tore up a bit of the rug.
No, I'm not gonna touch the upholstery on this hallway. Why would I do such a thing?
I mean, it's worthy to note it is, like, ruined. Between the explosions, the fireballs, and the blood everywhere, this is not a dry clean situation. Prestidigitation, on the other hand.
Yeah, look, okay. I'll pull out a knife and I'll cut up a little
Square.
fraction of the rug.
Yep.
And this has given me an interesting thought. Oh no, I was up here as well. Do I have a rough idea of, if I wander around this hallway, a rough idea of where I was stabbed by the assassin's fucked up death blade?
Yes, you would. I don't remember, but you would. And yes. There probably would be. I feel like Kesh's spray was bigger, but actually I think you took more damage. So, yeah, there would be another one. A little splatter on a wall.
And that has the same thing of being off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The thing is, the one that went on the wall didn't go on an absorbent surface, so it there's less in there.
Yeah. Cool. Well, if they're much the same, then I'll be satisfied with my little carpet square. And having done that, I will wander my way back down the halls towards the backstage area where my friends were.
Very well. As you carving up that carpet square, you get a sending from Julio going, Eric, come back. And you do. Kesh, Eric.
In response to that, I will probably not even yell, but just say loudly, I'm over here.
You are, I would
got
say...
a message from him. He's saying he's over here.
I would say it is faint but audible. If you say it like not shouting, but like projecting. Yeah.
You're welcome, Kesh. You're welcome.
I'll walk towards Eric.
Oh, you meet in the middle, about 50 feet away.
I'm gonna be like, we have a situation, and I'm gonna briefly summarize what this dude just kind of told me, and I'm like, hopefully understandably, I am slightly concerned that Pavoni Thousand Eye has been channeling magic from the plane of air through drugged up citizens of the Humblewood. So I don't want to freak him out by putting him in jail, even though I totally could. And I also need him to tell us everyone he's been giving drugs to, or everyone he knows that uses Listen,
especially if they were doing it last night. And we need to do that in a cooperative way, hopefully.
Now,
So I was hoping, did tenders do that sort of thing? Like, could we take him to dry him out? He's clearly, he says he's not addicted, but I don't believe he isn't for a second. And I don't want him going into withdrawal in some prison cell, unsupervised, when he might have important information that he might give us if he trusts us.
is he not in a state to give you information now? I mean, what you're describing sounds to me like a plea deal.
Yes.
I mean, if he's not in a fit state to talk, then yes, the tenders could absolutely. I mean, we don't really have any formal way of holding someone against their will.
Okay.
If we could find somewhere for him to have a lie down, but if he wanted to leave, then it's not really our thing to forcibly stop someone from leaving.
Okay. All right.
I mean, nothing would be stopping you from putting some brigadiers or some perch guard to watch him.
True.
It's like cops standing outside a ward in a hospital. It's exactly that.
Yeah. Because he might, I'm concerned about withdrawal as well. What's going to happen if he's not
That's what he's concerned about.
Yeah. So I definitely want somebody looking after him that might know
what
how to
I would
deal
say,
with
if withdrawal is a concern, then there's probably no better place for him than the tender halls.
that is my major concern, that he might just withdraw and die, which helps nobody, least of all him. Okay.
No.
Tender halls, but we need to have an actual guard on him, and I need him to. I hope he can write. And I will turn around and go back to him, and I'm gonna be like,
I'll follow Cash.
If he can.
Sorry?
Oh, he can write. There you go.
Baron.
Yes. Can I
do
go
you know
now?
who I am, by chance?
You're not Kesh Glitterweave, are you?
Hey, give the man a gold star.
Oh,
right
no.
in the first go.
His shoulders drop like, fuck, I really didn't want to be right about that.
You seem disappointed. What have you heard about Cash Glitterweave?
That she's a very dangerous person.
I can be, yes.
You stab an elemental in the buttocks with an arrow.
Wow.
I'll tell you one thing. She is only incredibly dangerous to people who cross her. So my suggestion to you would be don't.
I haven't. I didn't think. I have helped, yes. I've been nice. I've been good.
Yes. Unfortunately, we're going to need a little bit more help from you, Baron, and this is very important.
I want to help.
I need to know everybody you have given listen to, who was with you last night doing listen, where that was, and if you know the names of anyone else who distributes it, I also need those names. If it helps.
What will happen to those people who I was having a party with last night?
If they cooperate, probably nothing.
We're concerned for their safety.
We're mainly concerned. Look, if it helps, Baron, I am concerned that someone is using listen to channel your energy into some sort of magical spell.
Okay.
Which could, long term, be very bad for you. Okay?
Okay.
So,
So I would be helping. I would be doing good things, yes?
Absolutely.
Yes.
You would be being very helpful.
And they would too?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And afterwards we are allowed to go?
Probably.
Well, okay, they are still like drug dealers. Let's not get it twisted.
Look.
You don't, what?
Look.
Baron, come on,
If
man.
their only crime is going to a party and using listen, I'm not so much concerned that they were doing that as to the possible larger ramifications of them doing that. There seems to be some powerful magic at work, and I am naturally concerned about that.
Okay.
If, however, I find out they've been selling whatever the Humblewood equivalent of crack cocaine is to underage hedges, then we're having a different conversation. Get me?
No, we only grown-ups for drugs.
Okay.
I'm
And
not
you
a
check
monster.
And you check everyone's ID, do you?
Look, I don't. If they're taller than me,
Right,
I
what-
sell it to them. Okay?
That seems incredibly racist towards Jabins.
And servant. To be honest, I think a couple of the servants, but if they have horns, I give it to them.
Okay. I
And
need
most
you to be-
Jabins, look, they grow up so quickly.
All
Not,
right.
not on the
Wait.
road back home with the drugs you sold them. Come on, man.
The other concern is, Baron, what, if anything, and I'm not sure, might happen to you when you stop using listen.
No?
So, this
So
is
you know
Eric.
where I could get some more, right?
This is
Right.
Eric. He's a tender.
Uh-huh.
We are
Oh.
going to set you up in a room in the tender hall so they can keep an eye on you in case anything weird starts happening. But you're not allowed to leave
Okay.
for now.
And then I give you names, and then I get clean, and then I can go? Because I am helping?
Pretty much.
You are helping.
Yeah.
Okay.
If
Okay.
you help us crack this,
Yeah.
I will turn a
crack.
blind eye to any evidence of stuff you were doing. Doesn't mean I won't arrest you the next time I catch you doing stuff, but you're
Okay.
getting a one-time pass
Okay.
on stuff.
Very,
Okay?
That's very fair. Can I only need to, before I go and have my time at the tenders, perhaps, would it be okay if I go to the bathroom real quick? And also, you can watch, I go, miss this one, he maybe can, it would be less weird, and I want to say right now that I am really sorry, but I don't know any more people who sell, listen.
Okay. Well, then I need the names of everybody you give it to.
Okay, I will
and you
give
need
you
to
all
put a
the
little
names I know.
Yeah, and I need a little star or something next to everyone who was there last night.
There was two of us.
Who was the other person?
No, I said two other people, sorry. Three of us.
Oh, okay, cool. I will scrounge
gives
around
you the
for
names.
some. Yeah, I will scrounge around for some paper and get him to write down all the names he can think of.
Yeah. Yeah, he used to be an usher here. He wasn't like in the orchestra or anything, but he was fired from that job for not showing up for several days. Yeah.
That'll do it.
There you go.
Baron, when you go to the bathroom, are you going to be trying to escape and or get
No.
some drugs?
No, and no.
Okay.
No. You can watch.
I will.
Okay.
Of course you will.
Julio watches Baron. He sort of looks over his shoulder, does in fact use the bathroom. He pees. He doesn't have a lot left, but he also he's surprisingly good at the pretending. He's and coughs, and you hear a lot of things fall into the toilet.
Yep. Yep.
And then he's like
trinkets.
flushes it and then goes, oh, that's better. Thank you. Okay, I'm ready to go to the tender halls now.
Yeah, it was a heavy
wait!
fall, wasn't it?
And there's one more thing. Splash again.
Baron,
Okay, now I'm better.
Can I just tell you? Like, as a fellow humble person, just like level with here. You're fucking so bad at being a drug dealer. You gotta stop this.
I don't know what
So
you mean. I
bad.
don't have any drugs on me at all.
Yeah, after you fucking
Like-
shut them out.
I have no idea what you
Dude.
mean.
I'm just saying, Barrett, there are better things to do in life, and drug selling is just not for you.
I'm
It's just
suspecting
not.
this is probably not wise to continue doing. Given that I have now
Yeah.
met Colonel Kesh Glitterweave, who is much nicer than I thought she would be, to be honest.
Yeah, listen, in the roots, there's a lot of problems happening. One of them is drug usage. If you want something else to do after you're done with tenders and you're clean, come by the temple in the roots and, we'll set you up with some simple but honest work. You don't have to do all this.
Yeah, let's replace all those drugs with God.
And maybe hash brown.
Yes, and hash browns.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah, don't thank me yet. You gotta get clean first.
Your accent. You are from S.P.E.A.R.
Yes.
He
Are
is
you
too,
too?
by his accent.
Oh. Nice. Haven't seen anyone from there in a while. When me and Braun are from there, though.
Oh, that's cool. Nice to see people come from there and still can make it here.
Yeah, they can, and so can you. And also, your fly is down still.
Oh, thank you.
Let's go.
Flapping in the breeze. All right. You have finished. Yeah. Cash. Just to expedite this slightly, you go outside. Do you or do you not shout at the lieutenant in charge? Because Baron wasn't in the building last night. He has gotten into the building at some point, past a platoon of guards whose job was to make sure nobody got in or out.
Yeah, I go, I don't yell at him, but I do that thing
I'm not
where
angry.
you
I'm just
talk
disappointed.
quite slowly and disappointedly in the person, because really, if they think about this, they should be dying of crippling shame right now. They're also fired from this job. They need to go back to headquarters with this list of names and get their senior person to arrange for all of them to be collected as non-violently as possible.
Yeah. They are. Can you roll me? I think intimidation.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know if am I any good at intimidation? I don't think I am. I am neutral in intimidation,
Okay.
but I rolled a 19, so
Yeah, you
suck
fucking
on it.
did. Yeah, you fucking did. Yeah, you. They are mortified, and exceptionally browbeaten, and their shoulders slump. They detail two of their soldiers to take Baron to the tender halls with a note from Eric about what needs to be done when he gets there, unless Eric wants to go with him himself. And yeah, she then proceeds to go back to her superiors and meekly tell them who and what sent her and why. And you guys proceed on with your tasks for the day. Where would you go next? Yes?
I would like to go with, just because I have a very short conversation I want to have with Havel and maybe one other tender.
Uh-huh. Sure.
I'll meet the rest of you
At the spire.
at place.
Yeah.
Got it.
I have some really interesting questions for Ms. Thousand, I gotta say.
So
Got some doozies.
the mortuary is on the way. You could go to the mortuary without Eric and then make your way to the
yeah.
spire. So Eric,
I would love to go to the mortuary as well, yes.
so Eric, you go to the tender halls with Aaron, and yeah, yeah.
So I will put him in someone's custody, as is kind of my purview at the moment. Poor Bob. I feel like he needs some company, so here's a charge. I'll
Hello.
give them the lowdown. I will tell them that presumably some perch guard or someone will be on the way to guard the guy.
Oh, there are two with you right now.
Okay, great. Oh, yes, we took them. Yeah, great. So I'll instruct them. I'll say that we are wanting to watch for signs of withdrawal. And we don't want to hurt this guy, but we don't want to medicate at the first signs of withdrawal. I'm interested to see what withdrawal looks like.
That raises an eyebrow. From Bob, who says, Eric, is that like, am I allowed to give any palliative care? What's the point of having him here to be observed if that's all we're doing?
I mean, I can give him Panadol or something, but you know.
And look, I'm not saying that I don't let him die by any means, but if
he starts raving like a loon, I knock him out.
Use your best judgment. The fact of the matter is there are an unknown number of people who are on this substance who, if we get our way, will suddenly find themselves withdrawing from it. So if we can determine what the signs of withdrawal are and what the effects of withdrawal are, then that will better equip us to help everyone.
It's easier, as I'm sure you know, that to wean somebody off something slowly rather than just cold cockroach it all at once. You know?
Bob, the narcotic in question is, I believe, a direct link to the plane of elemental air, where nefarious beings are whispering their agenda. However, you're not entirely off the mark, and that's a conversation that I need to have with Abel. Are we clear in the meantime of how to
use my best
help
judgment?
This?
Don't give him any more. If shit goes bad, dope him up, but otherwise just see what it looks like.
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'll do my best. Yeah, I'll let you know.
Thanks, Bob. This is why you're my favorite.
I love that Bob has become a person.
It is now a
canonically. He's a widower with no children anymore.
And Eric's favorite pastime is to take a shit on his entire life.
Yeah.
Torment him.
Yeah. I think they were good mates once, and then his family died in Ash-Barrow, and so they've got
Let's not give this guy more canon when his inception was me making a crass joke.
No, you made this bed, you fucking lie on it now. That's it.
Then you go and talk to Havel.
Havel and one other person who has a proclivity for growing plants. And would you like me to give you the TLDR and then you can jump into RP where you want?
Sure.
The TLDR is, can we cultivate a less harmful narcotic to wean people off of listen/replace listen?
Like a methadone.
Like if the idea for us to have something to medically, when we have people, to give them something to replace, slash also, and this may or may not be the same substance, put it on the market so that people are less inclined, like they have an option and they can, like a magic mushroom, which otherwise won't do much harm, but
Okay.
can be equally psychedelic.
Havel is sitting when you arrive in conversation with another tender named Oren, Oren. Oh, Eric, hi. Come on in. How was the play? He saw you. He's seen you since. He's like, how did you sleep?
It was a life-changing experience.
Yeah. This is Oren.
Oren, how are you?
Good, thank you. So, you wanted to see the two of us?
Yes. I will briefly explain. Havel probably knows. But I will briefly explain Listen and the origins of Listen and how that directly relates to my interest in the other planes.
Yeah.
I imagine my interest in the other planes has, at least, if not spread amongst the tenders, at least is known among the tenders.
Very much so. Yeah.
It is becoming. We know that the cult to False Titan was selling these narcotics, and it has become apparent that the distribution of these narcotics has not stopped or slowed. In fact, it may well have gotten bigger. So
it's entirely possible you actually removed the control mechanism inadvertently.
Yes.
Not pointing fingers.
No. Thanks for pointing that out, Oren. No, it's a very good point. Which is why I came up with the solution, which
and the two of them like, oh, okay, and both sort of perk up like, oh yeah, okay. We're all ears.
Yes. I ask for an open mind. I
now both have got much more guarded expressions. Like, immediately on my guard now.
I would like for us to try to develop an alternative to these other planar narcotics. People seem to be attracted to them because of their psychedelic properties and the fact that they allow them to see and hear and feel things that they normally wouldn't. I would like, not only medically for us we need to consider that sooner rather than later we're going to have a lot of people suffering from withdrawals. So having something to ease that would be
you believe you found
very helpful. Sorry, what?
Do you believe you found the source?
Not. It's yet to be determined. We have found a source of trafficking, but I feel it would be naive to say that we have found the source of it.
Yes.
Unless you mean the source of where these things have come from, which is likely definitely tied to the plane of air.
Yes.
Yes. So I would like
if
for
you
us
found
to
the
find
source
something...
and shut it off, you may well find that you've got a whole, as you say correctly, a whole lot of people needing a replacement or a... Yes. So
Yes.
You want us to see if we can't put our heads together and come up with a non-addictive solution, non-addictive replacement to help wean...
A non-harmful replacement.
Not necessarily non-addictive.
Well, if it can be non-addictive, then great.
I think that would be the ideal.
Yes, of course. But certain people who are addicted personalities naturally, and they're likely going to always want something to give them a high. So ideally, if we can create something non-harmful that could match the high that someone could get from a narcotic based from another plane, then perhaps people will naturally choose the less harmful substance.
Right. Yes. Theoretically, excellent plan. Good idea. I haven't the faintest idea how to implement it. But without using another elemental plane.
Yes, something based on our plane.
What about the life plane?
Yes, I had the same troubling thought.
Utilize something from there. Those seedlings your friend planted.
Yes. I was also thinking that the grove where this new node of the older heart has developed may well be a place for us to start research as well. That would have the benefit of being directly linked to this plane as well.
True. We'll
Don't tell Julio I said this.
Right. Aaron, you all right if I sort of put this to you? I don't really have the time to give it my full attention, but seeing as Eric's leaving me holding the baby, I think. You have the look
Yes.
of a man who's about to embark on another incredible adventure that will no doubt spawn another opera.
Amaranthine forbid. Unless it stars Julio, in which case I think Julio would be all for it.
That's something I would
Yes,
pay
you
to
know.
watch. All right. Aaron, is this a good... I think it's worth trying, at least. I would caution you, Eric. It's not going to be an overnight thing.
No, of course not.
And
And I realize that ethically this is a little muddy, but I figure it's better than the alternative.
I don't disagree with you. Everybody operating from the best of intentions and the road to the plane of death and so forth. This
is why I like you, Oren. You don't hesitate to tell it like it is. You can
Unlike Bob, he never tells. He never.
Poor
Oh,
Bob.
fuck Bob! I hate Bob. Bob's no, I don't say that.
Be careful, because I will make it canon.
Yeah,
he says the only
I killed his family.
Fed them to the snake myself. The only other point I would raise is that the trick with any narcotic or controlled substance that you create, long-term side effects are impossible to tell without long-term usage. But
this is why I was hoping for us to cultivate or develop a known plant.
That's true.
But
there are plenty of drugs that do provide a high, and there is that. As you say, there's a lot of people who have, for various reasons, addictive personalities looking to. So unless you're planning to solve all of the world's socioeconomic issues in one fell swoop, and even then,
well, tonight.
Your
Maybe
grandmother
later.
has grand ambitions, I understand. Look, I'll try. That's the best I can say. I will try. It's a valid idea, worthy of exploration. And
Certainly. Thank you both.
Possibly a handy revenue stream for the tenders. This is the CIA all over again.
I didn't say that.
Sell to replace, to make people's lives better was, I think, what you were saying. Anyway, so Julio, Bron, and Kesh go to the morgue, which is not a groovy place.
No, you wouldn't think so.
And I haven't written down what it's like, but it's
Oh,
It's
sorry. Real quickly, I would have probably on our way, past the morgue. I would have told the others what I determined about the funky blood,
Oh, sure.
the funky blood stains.
Yeah.
And we'll
have
tell Kesh
the
that
yuck.
perhaps, yeah, yuck, and perhaps our blood that's still in our bodies may need a closer examination at a later point.
Woo!
Love
Yeah.
that. Love that for you. So yeah, the morgue is a surprisingly cheerful-looking building. Actually, it is like someone has gone out of their way to make it look nicer than it needs to, given its purpose. Yeah, everybody inside seems to be surprisingly cheerful. There is not a huge call for a mortician or anything like that in the Older Heart, but there is a full-time doctor who does that, specializes in cause of death sort of things. The body has been kept in a chilled room. It's not a freezer exactly, but it's cool in here. You head on in. It is Colonel Glitterweave, come right this way, and you're left with the body if you want to be.
Cool. Let's loot that body. I mean, examine that body.
Roll me an investigation. He
Can
has
we
not
help?
been. Yes, yeah, absolutely. You can either
Ron
help
wouldn't
Cash
know what to
or
do, but
do it
he'd help.
yourself. Yeah.
No, he'd offer help. You can go with advantage, kid.
Julio gets a 21 without advantage.
Damn.
And Bron is helping Cash.
Who gets 13?
It's a 13.
I think Julio's going to notice more than me, but that's fair.
Julio, as you are entered, this everybody receives this information. There is the mortician. It's not a mortician. Who am I thinking of? When you perform a coroner, the coroner has no record. It says that the guard have been consulted. They have no record of a Corvin matching this description in the city, causing trouble in the city. The guard wouldn't have a record of everyone. It's not like passports and identification and so forth. But repeat offenders tend to be sort of not photographed, but made a note of and recorded. This person is an unknown quantity as far as the guard are concerned. So he's either very, very good or total unknown. He also only got a job at the Palladium 8 days ago. The records have been searched. The owner of the Palladium has been asked. He's been on a bit of a hiring spree recently because the Gloaming is coming up, which is a big arts festival. He needed more stuff. And this guy was brought on. He was recommended, sort of like a friend of the family, was the implication, by Pavoni. He is. He is wearing very, very nondescript. Well, no, what am I saying? His clothing is that of an usher at the Palladium.
You mentioned before that his shoes were like sawn off, like the soles of the shoes were like deliberately polished.
Brand new, to be made to look like new, or at least to not show any specific kind of wear and tear.
Yeah. The money he had was like all like different stuff.
That is not him. That was the wizard. He didn't. This one has no money on him at all. He would appear. He's a little thin. The thin with a 21, the kind of thin that you get from not eating for a week rather than the kind of thin that you get for not eating well for a year.
Is it that kind of thin
sallow.
where he was like maybe on a boat for a long time, for this week without really?
No. No.
No, okay.
No. Kind of like he was wasting. Dry in the corner of the lips as well, like in the corner of his mouth. We've lost Brendan. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, it looks like he hasn't eaten or drunk anything in a while. Looks parched.
Watched. And no tattoos, no scars on him.
There is no tattoos. There are a few scars, but nothing like that jumps out as like, oh, that's weird. It just sort of standard, like it's not unusual to have a few scars.
Yep.
The hands are a little calloused. You would say this is a person who normally works with their hands?
Calloused in any specific way that would tell us what they did with their hands?
A tool of some sort. Probably several different kinds of tools, but mostly with wooden handles.
Oh.
And both hands, not just one hand. It's not a blacksmith swinging a hammer. It's, yeah. I mean, a blacksmith would be fairly recognizable. But yeah, no. You would guess probably, maybe, given that there isn't a huge dearth of professions, probably a farm worker. You know what a sailor's hands look like, and this ain't it. Yeah. Probably works with animals.
Okay. Kesh, I want to try something, if I may.
Oh, okay. Can I assist in any way?
I would like you guys' input when I do it, but the first step is on me.
Okay.
And Julio will take off the covering over his Death Node black eye. And beautiful. And he would, he would look at the body with his black node death eye and channeling the vision that now connects Julio to the death plane. I would like to cast Speak with Dead.
Thought that's what was coming. Not okay with it, but all right. You do that. Okay. You do that. What does it look like when Julio casts Speak with the Dead?
Yeah, so usually, like, what he used to do when his eye was, connected to elemental ley lines, he would just, like, concentrate really, really hard and look through things. And I think the same happens now, but this time there are, like, black veins pulsing on the side of his face. It looks like he looks through the guy, just, like, trying to connect visually to his, like, ghostly apparition.
Okay, cool. Yeah. The ghostly apparition sort of sits up and looks around and looks confused. Where am I?
You're in the morgue. You're dead.
Oh. Figures, I guess.
Right. So, why did you try to assassinate Cash Glitterweave?
Who?
This Nabbed over here. Why did you try to kill her with a cursed weapon?
Didn't.
What do you remember about your last moments alive?
I was walking home from work quite late at night, and then felt a pinch on the back of my neck. Everything kind of went black.
Okay, guys, I have 3 more questions I can ask him. it's clear that he does not know the reason he was there. What do you think we can ask him?
Ask him if he's ever used listen
That's a good point.
or an
Ha-
equivalent.
Have you ever experienced one of these? And Hudia will produce like a shell of a listen.
Oh. What's that?
It's a type of drug that you listen to.
Oh no. I can't afford drugs. One of mine.
Okay.
I got kids to.
Shit. Can you tell me your address and your name, please? So we can inform your family.
I'm Talbot Greyhold. I live on 16 Merrywell Lane in Brackenmill. Can you...
Wait,
Don't-
Brackenmill. That's
That's- Where Eric's from?
yeah, that's really far. That's like a few days, right?
2 days walk, easy.
Talbot Greyhawk.
Hold.
Hold, sorry, from
Brackenmill.
Brackenmill. Interesting. Okay, guys, I have one more question to ask him.
And then I'll go back.
Well, yeah, yes.
Can you tell my wife I love her?
Yes. I can.
And that I didn't leave her.
Okay, I will.
Where am I?
You're in Alderheart.
Oh.
Quite far.
I got that far before.
In your last few weeks of life, did you meet anyone new or did you experience anything out of the ordinary?
Oh. Everything was calming back down. Kinda nice.
Okay. Okay. If you're going back now, I promise you we'll contact your family and I will personally give them a year's worth of your wage, whatever that was.
6 gold pieces? Sure.
Fuck me. Ow. Yes, I am quite sure. It's gonna be taxing on me, but I will manage. And if you're going back to the death plane, if you find
Oh, I don't know where I
Gerbean-
was.
Oh,
Sorry, it's just dark.
it's just dark.
You're not talking
No.
to his soul. You're talking to the remnants in his body.
Yeah, right. All of his memories are from his life. Yep. Fuck. Okay.
I read the spell
okay.
this afternoon after I checked your spell list to make sure you had it,
Yeah.
because I suspected you were going to fucking do this.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay,
tell
okay, in that
Viscar.
case- No, never. No. This is why I was like, oh yes, we're alone in this room.
This shit
Good.
is inadmissible.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, you are free to go. I promise to deliver the money and your message to your family.
Thanks. And then he lies back down.
Great.
His ghost
Everything
falls
about
back
this
into
is
that.
just
Yeah.
great.
Julio just like staggers a little bit and covers the eye and the black veins on his side of his face a little bit with his toupee and his covering.
Does that
Okay.
happen a lot?
This is the first time.
Last time you... Wow.
I mean,
It's a
I've
little
never
scary.
had a death plane eye before, so
But you knew how to just... What, you looked at the guy? What just happened?
I love Braun.
All legitimate questions.
So, Ron, before I sacrificed my eye to the Death Node, I was able to see like elemental magics everywhere because the older heart gave me such a boon. And now I feel like what I see is death. When I sleep at night, that's what I see. And sometimes when I look at you guys,
What?
I don't know.
That's okay. That's horrifying. Not because of the last sentence, but like for you, you constantly like. That's also horrifying that you're seeing our death, but like you are constantly seeing death all around you. You didn't like. Maybe I can try and make something for you. Because
It's okay. I can tune it out. If I have the eye closed, most of it is like, it's like white noise. It can't be ignored.
okay. Jesus.
That's Bennett.
I mean,
Bishop Blood.
it's helpful, isn't it?
Yeah.
In this one
Look, if it
instance.
ever gets a bit too much, please let me see what I can do.
Okay. I'm not
Alrighty.
sure this is something that you can change, but thank you.
Put
So
a cap
you-
on it all. I don't know.
You probably slightly unsettled by that conversation. You head on to the Spire where you meet Eric, and I think we'll have a quick little breaklet before we continue. You've done the first bit. Let's do the second bit. Alrighty. We'll be back in 5 to 10, everybody. Try and make it a real quick one. And see you very soon. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Vast ahoy and g'day, mateys. We be back for some more Humblewood. The gang have just gone to the S.P.E.A.R, which is the prison of Alderheart. I had to make it up because, weirdly, the authors did not put one in the original concept. Yeah, the S.P.E.A.R is an unusual element of the Alderheart. Built from stone as much as tree, it began as the garrison of the tree's small police force back when the population was significantly smaller. Then, as the tree and the population grew, the tower has since grown, kind of being invaded by the tree a little bit. The stone blocks are now separated in some places by up to a meter of bark. So from the outside, it looks like a branch built of stone using wood for the mortar. It leans at a slight angle, and there is an air of menace about it. It now serves mainly as the holding area for criminals awaiting trial. Few who see it like to remain within it for long, as though the fear and worry of its past inhabitants over its long life have sort of seeped into it. Bloody dog. So, yes, you head there, you meet up with Eric. Do you relay?
We have put Baron under our care, and I have set the tenders on to developing something to help people with their withdrawals from this particular narcotic. So hopefully they'll be able to develop a natural solution, or at least more natural to our plane than Listen currently is.
Less problematic than the current option would be great.
Yes, well, I'm always after less problematic solutions to things. Speaking of which, we're here to interrogate Pavone, right?
Yes.
Well, it probably wouldn't hurt for all of us to have a little boost. I realize that sounds weird in the context of us talking about drugs. I'm not talking about drugs.
Oh, good.
You
Pulls
you
out
and
some
me.
cocaine. Everyone does a line.
I cast enhance ability on all of us. with Eagle's Splendor. We all have advantage on charisma checks for the next hour.
Nice.
Charisma checks.
Do,
Very well.
do you want to
Hey,
maybe one of us
fancy.
be better at insight?
He's
I
already crazy
considered
good at
that. I and Kesh are already really good at that.
Yeah, like I'm a plus
you're like,
8.
we don't
so...
need it.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you
Oh,
wanted to have
actually, no, I
one
think
really
that's
good at
investigation, not
intelligence, one
insight.
really good at insight.
Oh no, that is
but-
insight. Yeah.
But very well.
It just feels like the kind of thing that any one of us could inadvertently ask a question and then be like, this is a critical question. Don't fuck up.
Yeah.
Very well. Who do you want to talk to first? Pavoni?
Who's the other option?
The head of the jail, the head of the guard there says, Colonel, good to have you down. The council member Lee is in with the one of the prisoners at the moment, but I believe she's not having an awful lot of luck with him. The rest have a couple have regained consciousness. Mistress Thousand Eyes is in a bit of a state, put it that way. But she is awake. Conscious, I suppose, is more of what she is. And Mr. Throne Reel has... we actually just threw a healing word at him and he woke right up. That one. He is very upset. Doesn't think he doesn't know why he's here. Or at least he says he doesn't. A couple of the orchestra have woken up as well. Most of them, well, several of them are awake, but one of them's actually cogent, if you want to talk to him. And he looks at his notes. He says, it's Elias Wormwood. Tuba player, apparently. And he's pretty coherent. You wanna... I don't know if I'd start with him, but he's being fairly forthcoming. He looks pretty scared.
How's his tuba player? How's his mouth? It's not burnt, is it?
Yeah, it is. Oh, you were there.
Ah,
Sorry. Yeah.
good.
No, a bit. He's had some medical care. His hands, and actually, there's like a ring around him that's like burnt.
Oh dear.
Yeah. A heck of a party. Glad I missed it. By the sound of it. But he's conscious, and I don't believe he's in any pain. Because we have
that's good.
we haven't denied him palliative care or anything like that. He hasn't the faintest idea what's going on though, or at least he says he doesn't. Your call. Your prisoner, Colonel. Who do you want first?
I really want to talk to Pavoni. Do you think she is up for that?
Oh, she's talking. Not making a lot of sense, but she's talking.
Hopefully we can make a little more sense of it.
All right, I'll right this way then, Colonel. She's in one of our more secure vaults, cells, not vault. He shows you up 3 flights of stairs. The whole place is grim, in a word. No attempt has been made to improve it. It has been left kind of deliberately the way it is. It's actually, after a certain point, it looks like even the tree has stopped trying. After about 2/3 up, it is all stone. Even the tree was like, you know what? Fuck it. If that's what they're going to do with it, it can just be like that. You find Pavoni. The poised and elegant Luma of the previous evening is gone. In her place is a shaking, shivering wreck in a shift of sackcloth. Her eyes blink slightly out of sync, and she is humming a haunting tune. The master came, the master left, the master will come again. His song will not be stopped.
Hello, Pavoni.
Pavoni, yes. I have the 1,000 eyes, and I will see all that is come.
Interesting. Could I insight? Is she putting this on?
Yes, you may.
I would like
Also-
to get in on that as well.
Is the melody she's singing the same melody that we heard before and Cash was singing to Baron?
Wisdom save, yes. Wisdom save. Wisdom save from Julio, please.
Oh, right now. What?
25 on my
25
insight.
for Cash. She is not. This is legit. This is what you saw with Baron, but much worse. Interesting.
Oh, fuck me. That's a 6.
Not a problem.
What did you fucking mean? Not a problem. Clearly, it's a problem.
not a
Otherwise, why would
problem.
it be a fucking save?
The tune is very tuneful. It is one of the songs from the show the night before. One of Rain's arias, one of Eric's like big numbers. And yeah, it catches, and you're like, oh yeah, that was a belter.
Yes.
That one, yeah. No ill effects as far as you can tell, or that I'm willing to tell you.
Right.
But yeah, she seems legit.
Can I like snap my fingers in front of her face?
The melody changes to, as soon as you do that, her humming shifts, and she starts clicking her own fingers to make a tune, like to go work with the tune. All of this has happened before, and it will come again.
Oh boy. Does she seem like distressed?
Distressed, no. Like, she doesn't look comfortable. She, like, cockroaches under your skin, that sort of...
But like her mind is a little weird.
She knows that something bad has happened. She knows that she is not in a comfortable place, that she's not where she wants to be. Kesh would know this from the 25, but she doesn't, you don't think she's fully aware of her surroundings.
Okay, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try to cast calm emotions on her.
Nice.
I'm gonna try and level her out so we can actually talk to her.
You do that. Yeah. Her eyes sort of sync up, and she says, "The spirits of music, where have they gone? Quieted them."
For reference, this thing can suppress any effect causing target to be charmed or frightened.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for this time, she's like not charmed, if that's a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, Cash. I think now is the time.
Avoni?
Yes.
Do you know where you are?
Colonel, where am I? This is not my home. Much less windy.
What's the last thing you remember doing?
My master. He came. I summoned him. He asked me, and I opened the gate for him. He wanted to meet you.
When was this?
Not long ago. I played the music, and he came.
Who is your master?
He has no need of a name, just a form.
What's he like?
Sound and beauty.
How long has he been your master for?
Oh, many years now.
What does he ask you to do?
He never asks, only relays, only gives us what we need to make the music. He gives gifts, and we use them as we can.
They would be little shell things, would they?
No, the gifts are music, are beauty, are things of the mind, not paltry possessions of flesh.
So
I
he
have no
gives.
need for things.
Does your master have many servants?
He's faithful. Many. I believe so.
If
Um,
if he doesn't give you material things, then where have you been getting the little seashells from? You have so many of them.
They are beautiful, aren't they?
Hmm.
I find them in my house.
How long has that been happening for?
Perhaps 3 years? My old master Aquile, he gave some to me a while back before he died.
Master Aquile?
And what do you hear when you use the seashells?
Inspiration.
Would you describe Aquile for us, please?
The name Aquile is a famous one. He was a noted composer, sort of the previous generation's Pavoni Thousand Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Did he
she
also
with-
follow?
She describes
With
him
them,
well.
yeah, with them
Yeah.
both being notable, I assume, and me kind of knowing a bit about the theatre,
Yeah.
their relationship would be known.
Yeah, and it was always ever known as strictly master student,
Yeah.
sort of. Yeah,
Like his protege.
yeah,
Yeah.
very much so.
Pavoni, what happens if you don't use the shells?
She furrows her brow. How do you mean?
Well, you say you use the shells to listen to inspiration.
I can work without them, of course, but
Have you recently?
they are amuse. So I amuse myself.
But you could stop using them if you wanted to.
Perhaps, but there is no harm in it.
did Master Aquile also have like use of the shells? Was he also following the great master?
No. He used them sparingly. He was a true
And he did-
savant.
Yeah.
He had no need of such paltry things.
And he didn't know of your allegiance with.
No,
The-
I met their master some time after. I would not have too.
How did you beat him?
I heard of him, and he came to me in a dream.
Do you dream a lot, Pavoni?
Oh, all the time. I hear things, I see things, such beautiful things. I would love to show you. I try to show others. So many have closed minds. But you saw the work last night, did you not? You saw the beauty of it.
Looked like an explosion to me.
So much color. Ah, it was exquisite. No?
You said your master wanted to meet me.
He did? He does.
Did he say why?
I did not ask.
Do you, if you had to guess,
You are a famous person here. He is not from here. He wishes to meet the people who are important. He is very important where he comes from. He wishes to meet like-minded people.
where does he come from?
Far away. A place
So
of
DM,
pure sound and beauty.
DM, being the foremost expert on interplanar things and
Sure.
other elemental planes, would Eric have any knowledge of genies and specifically ginnies, or is that I'm trying
You
to
probably have some
figure
knowledge.
out? Yeah,
They're not directly related to the elemental planes in this particular manner, but yeah, you'd know of them.
yeah. Would I?
What you saw
Can
last
I
night
make
was
a-
not one.
No. No, I figured. It's just that what Brennan is hearing sounds like a Ginny, but I am trying to figure out how much of Brennan's knowledge Eric has.
Um,
Can I roll
enough.
for it?
Yeah, make a roll for it. Make it Arcana.
Yep. That's a 10.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah, I would say it's definitely something you could, something he could infer, but not necessarily that you'd have a yay or nay on.
Mm-hmm. But I would know the basics of like personality traits of a Ginny.
You'd know the stereotypical ones, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Baboni, are you aware that during your performance yesterday, there was an assassination attempt on Cash?
My goodness. You are okay? No
Yes.
injury was incurred?
Oh, all healed up now.
This is good. I am glad. That is so sad.
Are you aware that many members of the audience died during your performance?
No? How? Were they struck down by the beauty?
You could say
They were
that.
struck down by the thing that you summoned.
I don't know if you're intentionally lying, but actually I don't think it killed anybody. The fireball from
I
the
mean,
wizard
I
did.
don't know how any of them died, but I assumed it was this big whirly air elemental.
The
So-
air elemental was actually focused very much on the four of you. I don't actually think the orchestra or the air elemental killed anybody. It was the wizard and Rain Thronereal. Yeah.
I'm happy to let the
Yeah.
statement stand.
No worries. She goes, No, this cannot be. He came only to show us the beauty and joy of his world. I don't believe you.
Do I still have a bunch of bruises and shit from being almost
absolutely.
dead 500
Yeah,
times?
Cash looks a little exsanguinated. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like, look at the material. This is this is kind of did happen. The elemental you summoned really did try to kill us.
Yeah, there must be some... It's just clearly upsetting her. This notion she cannot reconcile.
Yeah.
The idea that... Firstly, that what she summoned was an elemental. She's like, no, the master... He is a spirit of music, not of violence. You cannot hurt someone with a song.
I have been subjected to some pretty terrible songs.
But not the one that would cause bruises.
Okay. Here's another question, and I will describe Talbor and the wizard to her and say, do these people sound familiar to you?
I know Talbot. He
You
came
do?
a little while ago from Brackenmill. He needed a job. The master
needed a job.
recommended him very strongly, so I made sure he got one. I thought it only nice.
He stabbed me.
Mon Dieu. He seems so lovely. What a nice man I had always thought. But you are okay.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Pavoni, how does your master speak to you?
In song
Like
and
to you,
feeling. I hear
Like-
him. I see him. Sometimes I can even smell him.
all the time or just some of the time?
Cannot hear him now.
Mm. But when you were hearing him, was
Yes,
it
you
like
would notice that her earrings have been taken from her.
The drug earrings.
And it's actually at that point she puts her hand up to her ear and says, I mean, bird's ears, but yeah, there's a small hole in the side of her head. And she says, "May I have a favor? My earrings. I miss them. This place is so dark and cold. I want something of beauty. May I have my earrings back, please?"
Because
I'm
part of
sorry.
me really wants to give her those earrings, and part of me is like, fuck no, you can't have those earrings. Are you crazy?
Pavoni, I think your earrings were lost in the chaos of what happened yesterday. I'm really sorry about that.
Oh, no, I must... Then, may I go to my house and get more? I have more jewelry, more beautiful things. I only want a little beauty in my life. It is all I ever came to bring to others. I only
We
sought
can
to
get
share
you
it all.
something. We can get you something from your house.
Please, on my dresser in my bedroom, there is a little pendant. It is the shape of a feather, and a little gold feather with a little ruby on the front, a little bit like one of my tail. Self-indulgent little whimsy. A suitor gave it to me a while back. But it is beautiful. That perhaps, please?
We'll try to find it. Do you have anyone in your house, perchance?
No, I live alone.
I would like to use Druidcraft to make a long-stemmed rose. I think
Ah,
like a
sure.
what color is Pavoni's plumage?
She's a peacock, so like bluey
So,
green
like
luster.
grainy.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll make it like a pinky purple rose.
Sure. You do that.
Yeah.
She says, "Oh, my thanks."
This is for you for just a little bit of beauty in the meantime to thank you for speaking with us. I do have another question.
I will help if I can.
Talk to us about Rain. Does Rain follow? Is he a servant of your master?
No, he has always been quite stubborn. I don't actually like the man very much. But he has a beautiful voice, and that can forgive a lot. A few years ago, he was having on his down, he had lost something. Some vim, some verve. After Aquile died, he was never the same. I reached out to him, tried to pick him back up. And I think I helped him. My master has helped many. It advised me. So, I wrote a play specifically for him, and it revitalized his career a little.
Pavoni, we met a man called Baron earlier today. Do you
You
remember
met
him?
my Baron.
Yes.
Such a sweet boy.
He said you'd been giving him little seashells that he
He
could
loves
listen
them. Yes, he loves to listen to the sea and the music. The beauty of it. He is sharing them for all the little ones in the roots. So all can hear the beauty.
to. Why were you giving them to him?
Well, we met at a party after one of the shows. Actually, the show that Mr. Thronereal was that one. He used to work at the Palladium, though very sadly he was fired and I could do nothing about it. But he is still a very kind boy, and he really likes the shells, so I continue to give him some. I have loads of them. I keep finding them in my house. They are quite beautiful.
You have no idea how they appear.
There are many beautiful things in my house I cannot explain.
Wow.
Gifts from my master, I assume. Jesus.
I have the dog in my lap and the rabbit in my arms, and all three of us went.
Pavoni, you said you don't know how they arrive in your house. Do you ever do things and not remember doing them afterwards?
I'm trying to decide, sorry. Not one I had prepared the answer for.
Please stand by. Do, 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 do.
If it looks
no.
like she's struggling for an answer, I would be able to like inspire her.
No. She would know the answer. She should really just sort of thinking it through. And she says, "No, I remember everything. Every single moment of beauty.
Do you sleepwalk?
No? Though I rarely sleep.
Do you
Well, that
dream when you
explains
sleep?
a lot.
Of course. All the time.
And-
My dreams are so beautiful.
Anything to do with air or the wind?
Often there is wind. Little islands in the sky.
Interesting.
Mm.
Pavoni, quick question about Talbor. In the time you've known him, have you ever seen him eat anything?
I don't think so. But we have not spent a lot of time together.
Right.
My accent is
but,
going all over the place.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay. The question I have mostly is, did he seem healthy? Was he like unnaturally pale?
I was concerned for him when he
Okay.
when he came, and he smelled a little funny. I told him to have a bath before he got the
What-
job.
What did he smell like?
Just like he'd been on the road for 2 days.
Ah,
2 days.
yeah, that's how much it takes from Brackenmill to.
And
all the
she's
way
That is how
guesstimating.
long it takes.
She,
Hmm.
but she also does know he comes from Brackenmill. She did say that, I think.
Yeah, she did say that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Pavoni, your master.
But after I got him the job, I will just finish answering Julio's
Oh,
question.
sorry,
But
sorry.
after I got him the job, I have not spoken to the boy again.
Pavoni, you said you couldn't hear your master at the moment.
No. It is
Have
so
you ever-
quiet in here.
Have you ever not been able to talk to him before?
Not in a long time.
When was the last time?
A look of fear crosses her eyes, crosses her face. Like, I had to take a journey back to see my mother. She was dying, and I was waylaid by about a week. And after a while, I could not hear him anymore.
I'm gonna whisper to Julio.
Oh.
So she can't hear.
Julio, is it possible that the Elder Heart is blocking whatever is speaking to her in here?
I mean, it didn't really block the thing coming into material plane, so I don't know, but we will
The palladium
probably
is made out of older heart too. I would point out, like at least as much as
Yeah.
the building is.
we can probably commune with all the heart later, to see if it knows of the master, but I don't
I
know
think the
yet.
voice is being blocked out by Julio's spell that he cast.
Yeah, that's currently it though.
How long
Ah.
does
There's an
that
easy
last?
way to find out.
It actually lasts just a minute.
It's probably about done now. In
Yeah,
fact, it
I mean,
probably
I can recast
stopped a
it.
little while ago.
Yeah, the conversation I think lasted longer. I'm willing to spend all of my second level spell slots for like all of this if we need it.
I would say that the after the first casting, she doesn't appear to have like gotten more upset again. The effect
Okay.
seems to have lasted a bit.
Okay.
Like once you calm somebody down, they don't become uncalm again for no reason.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm gonna whisper to the other guys, like,
Would you be supportive of me maybe giving her her earrings back? Just to see what happens.
One?
I don't think that's a good idea, Cash.
No.
I really want to know who her master is.
I
We
think
should also prevent other people accidentally wearing them.
There are other ways of investigating who her master is without subjugating her again.
Yeah.
And
I
like,
mean,
yeah,
you've seen how out of it she is. I don't think that's going to be good for her.
I assume
No.
you have gone a little ways away to have this
Yes.
conversation.
yeah.
And yeah, like, let's also make sure that I know their evidence, but just in case they get lost or something, nobody else should put them on and start hearing the master as well. That would be bad.
Yeah.
I think I would like to look at these earrings.
Very well. You go and have a look at the earrings. They are a relatively simple pair. They are gold, about the size of a thumbnail, and in the shape of a seashell. And inside is an actual seashell that seems to fit in nicely. Make an investigation check if you want to learn anything else.
I'm just putting the rabbit down.
Yeah.
Investigate.
He's feeling a little smothered there.
Imagine. An 11 from Bron.
Investigation. Crit fail. Booyah.
Nice.
Actually, really, I want to do Arcana. Are these magical?
Oh, absolutely. You know that for free. Like,
I got a whole 11.
you would have advantage on that check because this is elemental.
Ooh.
Excellent. That gives me 18.
18. Yeah, they're absolutely magical. The shells inside are the listen drug. And given that information, it's not hard to imagine that these wear out, and the shells have to be popped out. and replaced.
Mm-hmm.
Ron does have inspiration.
Oh, I'm having a
I
very
don't
bad
think that's-
idea, guys.
What's your bad idea?
Getting high.
Okay,
That is an
Cash,
awful idea.
I understand where you're coming from. You want to like have some face-to-face time with the master.
Oh, I want to talk to this prick real bad.
Right, I get that. But I think maybe we should first investigate a house and get a little more information because, I mean, it's clear that he had under his thrall a lot of people and even killed Talbor, or at least like enslaved his mind or something. So I don't
There's
think
a
we should
chance
go
that
into
if
this.
I do that, listen, then I will be under his thrall as well, which would be very, very bad.
I mean, there is a chance.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we should be very prepared before we talk to this thing.
Okay.
I would point out that the drug is called listen, not talk. I would wager that it is a one-way method of communication.
But he is curious about me. / wants me dead. There's some overlap there. So if I give him a window, he might open it.
There are much safer ways for us to open windows, Cash.
Fine. Very sensible.
Look, you're the boss.
No,
So
no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it unless it is a last resort. Then I will do it. Okay.
Okay.
It's just, I understand. Like, there's this master, they're out there, they seem to be controlling a lot of people against us, and there's no way for us to communicate with them, to even see them, I mean, we're not even on the same plane. What is going on? Why?
Well, if the other planes are trying to stop the whole Elder Heart Ascension life node business, this may be their first foray, possibly from the plane of air, given the obvious connotations. Or water?
Wonder if there's some way we can like rig up the tree or something to like protect against other planes' magic.
Maybe.
Some,
Are we
yeah.
on the way to her house as we talk about this?
Yeah, we should
This is my
probably.
question. So, if you, as you are heading
we
out,
still have Rain to talk
I
to.
have an idea.
as you are heading out, you see Council Member Lee, or Ginger to her friends, sticks her head out of a different cell, or a different cell room, rather, and says, Gesh! Colonel, and you've only met this woman like 3 or 4 times. She is quite a powerful wizard, and one of the newly elected council members. She is also, as I recall, a Mapatch. Yes, a graduate of the Avium. And she says, how'd you go with that one down the hall?
Well, she appears to have some sort of supernatural master who inspires her with drugs.
Aye, well, it seems you've had a little bit more luck with yours than I did with mine.
What's his opinion on the whole business?
Oh, he's been very uncooperative, very uncommunicative. Unfortunately for him, I happen to know who he is. Not very many gifted wizards that did not study at the Avium. So, despite the fact that he has not mentioned it, and the door is open, she says, I happen to know that his name is Ramus Greyshield. Isn't it, Ramus? Couple of years ahead of me at the Avium, but looks like things haven't gone so well for him after that. Fancy family from over the mountain to the east. Bet Mummy and Daddy aren't too proud of him now, though. Don't think he's got much left in the tank without his spell book, but Yeah, I'm here anyway. Just counter spell at the ready, just in case. He has already done a sending though that I didn't manage to stop.
What
Can't
sort
trace
of
that,
magic
can you?
does he do?
Nay. He was a generalist, really, but an evocation specialist.
Sorry, I'm blanking. What's that?
Fennec was an evocation
Destruction.
wizard.
Right. Huh.
Isn't evocation blasty?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I believe Bennick was evocation, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't.
I thought he was abjuration.
Abjuration, that's it. Evocation actually fits, though. Let's say he was evocation. Which is hardly surprising given, what I've seen in the Palladium.
Right.
Did or he seem the sort of person to run with a dodgy crowd?
I wouldn't have said so, but then... What do I know?
Huh.
When the chips are... okay, if I was going to give you anything on that, I would say no unless things needed. He always was... He had a thing for the finer things, you know. He liked the fancy life. And it's not hard to get the fancy life as a wizard.
Right.
You can try talking to him if you like, but I haven't gotten anywhere from him. He's blocking all the attempts to detect thoughts and stuff. Doof. And things.
Stuff.
I'm gonna lower my voice so he can't hear me and be like,
Would Zone of Truth work on him?
He might do, but you got to get him to talk at all. That's the problem. He won't lie, but he isn't speaking at all at the moment. The only way to not lie. I tried it already. I can go again if you like, though.
I'm just gonna kind of be like,
Give me a sec.
and I'm just gonna walk into the room and glare at him and see how he reacts.
Make me an intimidation check, and you have advantage.
Do it.
You're flat
That is
nothing.
a 14 to intimidate him.
He sits up a little straighter and like peers imperiously down his beak at you.
I got something on my face.
I'm going to say he had a glass of water next to him and he just took a sip. And
Nice.
is insolently just being quiet.
Cash, may I try something?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. So I'll come over to him. What's his full name?
Ramus something or other.
Grey Shield.
Ramus Grey.
Ramus Grayshield. Okay. Okay.
Mr. Greyshield, I do not presume to know your motives, but I do know mine, and I want to tell you honestly that our biggest concern right now is protecting innocence of the Older Heart that had nothing to do with the higher elemental magics of the world from getting mixed up in things they do not understand. We know that you are a very talented wizard, and I do not believe you are such a person that would discard taking care of those who do not understand magic as you do. We are not trying to hang the blame on you or demand information, but we need to know the extent of what's happening. And I believe you can know something about it.
Persuasion check. With advantage.
Yeah,
because
I'm trying to appeal to his pride, to his knowledge, because I don't think posturing will
I
do
got
anything
that.
with
I
this
did
guy.
get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
whether or not
okay.
he did.
Yeah.
You do have
Yeah, let's go. 30. Let's go.
With a 19 or a 1.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Thank you for that advantage, Eric. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that paid off. He says, No, you're playing this deal all cramped. You've got to think about not better nature. You've got to think about, I don't want to go to prison. So, give me some assurances and maybe we can talk. You don't look like the kind of person who has the authority here, so maybe the good counsel lady or the colonel can make me some assurances.
Oh, here's the thing though. I don't normally make assurances until I'm convinced you know something that would be useful to me. And right now, you look like, I don't know, 5-pound sack of wizarding talent going to waste in a prison cell. So you might want to convince me, and then we can revisit that whole immunity thing.
We're working on Julio's 30, not Cash's 14. The good cop, bad cop routine doesn't work on him. He's like, you're in here to talk to me. You don't want to talk to me.
Okay. No. I think what Kesh is trying to say is, we are willing to cooperate, but we just saw Miss Pavoni, and she is incoherent. Her brain is scattered, and give us something, a detail perhaps you remember from how it all started that shows us that you are in presence of mind to actually be helpful to us, and then we will do all we can to protect you from the law.
Convince us that you do actually know shit.
Please.
And if I do, then I am granted leave to bugger off from this flea-infested hellhole of a country.
Really makes one wonder what you were doing here in the first place.
Making a fair old amount of coin, Colonel.
Ah, that old chestnut. Well, I've already spoken to one dead guy today who doesn't know where he's been for the last week and a half. How do I know?
Colonel. Firstly, that's illegal. You're in a place where you're not allowed to do that. And
I never said I did it.
And
I just said
secondly, even if you were talking to my corpse, it wouldn't help you if you killed me.
I wasn't actually threatening to kill you and then talk to you. I was merely saying that he doesn't remember anything for the last week and a bit.
Oh,
So
I remember all of it. And he wouldn't remember anything. Poor little bastard. I tell you what, I'll give you this for free. He didn't do it.
No shit. Got anything better?
What do you mean by he didn't do it?
That's all I'm giving you. If that's not enough for you. The implication is I know who did. Or at least what did.
Cash, that checks out with the information we got from Talbor.
So, well, let's let him stew on it and talk to the counsellor.
If I may.
Oh, go ahead. Does it involve
just a
slapping him?
moment.
Because I'm thinking about it.
No, I would never.
He
slap
rolls his
my-
eyes. He's like,
I would never slap my good friend Ramus. I would like to cast Charm Monster.
Ooh, charm monster. Let's go.
Will that
Gosh.
work on him?
he is a humanoid.
Yes, it does. Yeah, it's just called Charm Monster because it can charm people and monsters.
Oh, okay, sure.
It works on any
People are
creature.
monsters too.
True.
Some of them certainly are. He needs to make a Wisdom 17 saving throw.
Oh, shit. He's going to be so mad if this works.
He is going to attempt to counterspell that.
Does he have his equipment on him? Because I assume that he would have had all of his stuff taken off of him if he's in prison
That is
and
fair.
known as a wizard.
That is fair. In fact, what happens is Ginger Lee counterspells his counterspell.
Nice. Yeah.
Um,
Go team.
He shouldn't have been able to do that. We need
No,
to talk
he
to the guards.
What the fuck?
What's the spell
theme.
component for counterspell out of curiosity?
I don't know. He rolled a 5.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to use my inspiration.
Oh, you know what? He doesn't need shit for counterspell. It's just somatic.
There you go.
So
That's what I
googly
thought.
moogly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This yells at you.
Stop it.
I'm going to
Oh,
burn my
alright.
inspiration and re-roll it,
Motherfucker.
which was an 18 on the dice.
Hmm.
And he says, buy me a drink first, mister. I'll tell you everything you want to know. Just let me go afterwards.
Hmm.
How do you know you won't just tell me everything and then I don't let you go?
Well, that's my concern.
Mm.
What I know is my only key to my freedom. I'm a mercenary. Consider me that. I own that. That's fine. So you want what I have. You have what I want. A deal is easy to make, Colonel, and your friend doesn't need to burn any more of his magic trying to get it.
This is me thinking, FYI.
Yes. It is ultimately up to you. I cannot tell you how to do your job, and officially he would need to go through trial and stuff. The question
It's a
is,
plea deal.
yeah, the question is, what do we need more right now? Getting this guy to justice, or getting information on Mr. Master over there? And I kind of look at him when I say Master. Does he fucking do anything? Is it flinch?
He only got a 6 for his deception. There is a twitch on Master.
My fucking headset just turned off. I do not hear a single thing. That's cool. Give me a second. I'll try
Let
to
us
reconnect.
know. Yeah. So anybody else? Karen?
So I just have to agree to let you go and you'll tell me who's responsible.
I'll tell you everything I know. You can even put me in a zone of truth. Might not be a bad idea. Because I don't want you thinking I'm holding out on you.
Hmm. What's my read on this prick?
Inside.
27.
27. He's a merc. Everything he has said, and it's not a lot, has been legit. Lying is not going to get him out of here.
I can hear again. What did he say?
Nothing.
Oh, okay, cool. So that 6 did nothing for us.
He twitched. You said master, and he twitched.
He twitched.
twitched.
Yeah, there was a twitch of.
Okay. So, Cash, what do you think?
With a 27, the flinch on Master is. I think with the 27, you get a little doubt around the master area of his knowledge.
He knows more than Pavoni. He knows that it's not some fucking master. It's an elemental bullshit.
Speaking as a member of the council, Colonel, if this is something you're not particularly comfortable with, and I get that, that's fine and no problem. I can make the deal if you like.
Who'd need to
Because
sign
he
off on it?
knows no one. I have the authority to do it. And he knows that if he comes back into the Humblewood ever again, the entire avian will hunt him down. And she says, looking at him, it's like, shit like this prick brings us a bad name. And as long as Kovacs Ravanya is at the avium, he ain't ever getting back into the Humblewood.
Oh, I would Bennick have known this dude?
Bennick might, yeah. Bennick probably would have known this guy, yeah. In a similar manner to Ginger Lee, Bennick was probably her classmate. Maybe, no. No, sorry, he's younger. She's graduated a few years ago. Whereas Bennick is a relatively recent graduate.
I think Bennick would have fun with him.
Ash,
Yeah,
I
there's a
think
flinch.
I think we should take it.
Me too. We have bigger fish to fry.
Alright,
All right.
you get your immunity. But if you do show your face here again, I will be coming with all of
Please,
them
please. No threats. I won't. You know I won't. You know I won't. I'm not that stupid. There's plenty of other places
I
to
cast
work.
Zone of Truth.
Yes, and he continues talking like he sees you doing it and says, he is going to voluntarily fail the save.
Nice.
I wouldn't dream of it. So, who hired me? A man in a dark cloak in a bar about 2 weeks ago.
Description?
Gallus. Beyond that, hard to
Gallus
say.
or Raptor?
Gallus. Definitely
Gallus.
Gallus. Can someone in chat make me a history check for Ramus, please? See if he can recall any significant details about this guy. Pub in a little village just over the mountains. I wasn't in the Humblewood 2 weeks ago. Comes along, offers me a big stack of cash to play in an orchestra, which been a while. Not really my forte, if you care for it. 18. The chap was hooded, and very deliberately so. In fact, there was a definite spell cast on the hood to make him disguised. However, the hands were those of a man who did not do manual labor, and the beak was quite notable, I suppose. If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say I recognized him.
Circle.
Not even one. Wouldn't be at all surprised. Don't hold me to that, but I would guess, probably, given what I've heard on the grapevine.
Can you stop for a second? Do we know what happened with Sobel? He was just gone.
No one has
He
apprehended him.
disappeared. Fuck.
Said I would find some allies here in the city, and to assist them in... Well, his instructions were, and I quote, "Do as much damage as you possibly can. Kill as many traitorous council members as you possibly can at the event. And any... But they are the bonus. The title character is the target."
Traitorous.
Those are the
Oh,
words
it
that
does
he
they
sound like
betray.
Sobel, doesn't it? I didn't realise I was so popular.
Oh,
Everybody
Brown,
wants
this was
to kill
also
me.
Brown. This was before you joined us. There was
Oh,
kind of
okay.
like a violent overthrowing of the government. Sobel was in
Oh.
government.
A
Yeah.
lot has happened
as
recently.
far as Mistress Thousand Eyes goes, batty old cow, talentless as a hack, and no magical ability at all. It was painful having to rehearse with them, her and her drug-addled crew. I suppose you've figured out air elemental plane, so that's a freebie there. That's no news to you there. They were all on something, and I'm not stupid enough to put anything magical up to my ear that I don't know what it does. So there's that. They were all on it, the entire orchestra, a good portion of the cast, though not throne reel. He was a bit of a prim about it, a little bit of a yes, didn't want to, said it was bad for the throat or whatever. I'm stupid. Of all things, it wasn't going to be bad for your idiot. But didn't take it, didn't see him touch the stuff, if that is in any way relevant. Don't know if it is, don't really care. The master, my impression was that it was someone on the elemental plane of air, and there isn't an awful lot of people on the elemental plane of air. Given what happened, my guess would be it's the air elemental plane itself. Because it gave her, through those shells, the ability to summon a greater elemental from another plane, whilst simultaneously bewitching an entire group of similarly addled folk into helping her do so. Anything else you want to know?
Yes. About Talbor.
Yes. He was possessed.
Yeah, we gathered as much. Like, do you know more about what happened to him?
It wasn't air.
It wasn't air. It was death, probably, yeah? The stench.
That was my impression. I felt I didn't do a solid amount of research on the guy. I only saw him a couple of times. I figured he was probably part of the same thing. Wheels within wheels. Wasn't directly, I'm an ally in the same way he was, as I understand it. But death magic, absolutely. And that thing he had on him, absolutely that.
Do you know where he got it?
Haven't the foggiest. I imagine he didn't get it. Whatever possessed him did. And if we're dealing with something here that can summon something from another elemental plane, then why not two?
Yeah. So it looks like we have 3 at least players on this board. We have the elemental plane of air, death, and fucking Sobel.
Good thing greater elemental of the plane of death wasn't summoned. That would have been
Examine
fun.
the body.
Yes.
No, there was no. I think
Did you
we took.
magically examine the body? No. Is the
Wait,
answer,
which
not
body?
really.
The
Talbot.
body in the morgue. I talked to the guy, but
Oh, I thought you meant the
I
elemental.
don't have the magic
No.
that allows me to see the stuff anymore.
What did he say?
Wouldn't you like to know?
All right, then. I can't help you if you don't help me, but...
He said he felt a stab in his neck, and then everything went black. I assumed that he died. Wind Brackenmill. And
or
then
was possessed
no.
and then died.
Yeah.
Possession doesn't automatically kill you. Did the body look well cared for?
It looked sallow. It looked like...
Typical non-material plane being. It didn't know how to feed itself. He probably
Yeah, I
died
asked
a few
from
days
him.
afterwards. Dehydrated?
I asked I don't know. He looked crusty as hell. I asked Pavoni if she never saw him eat either. Yeah, he was.
Probably died after about 3 days of being worn, and the elemental in question didn't care.
That's fucked up.
Well, at least I don't have to feel bad about killing him.
If it matters at all, and I sincerely
Same.
doubt it does, I won't be working with these ones again. I need to pick my clients a little better, I think. This is, look. Yeah. So,
Okay,
anything
the
else?
The question is this though. Sobel hired you because he knew, apparently, that Pavoni was charmed by air elementals or something.
Couldn't tell you, but one would assume.
Okay. And you've never seen him after this? He was just
Nope.
gone.
Oh, well.
How would he check your information?
Took me nearly 2 weeks to get there from here. Well, no, sorry. It took me 7 days to get... I came across the mountain, went to the avium, teleported from the
Right.
avium to here, got here just in time for the start of rehearsals 6 days ago.
Aha. So can you remind me where he talked to Sobel?
There is a village across the mountains to the east.
Uh-huh. We've never been there.
Canonically, it's where Smoothie stopped off just before going to Barovia. But you guys have never been there.
We've never been. Okay. And
Nor do
Sobel
I
was just
recall the
hanging
name
out
of the
there.
village.
He was just hanging out in the bar.
He says, I did receive a message to meet somebody at a place at a time, and I was there.
Okay.
There's brokers and so forth for this sort of...
Fucking Sobel. Okay. Do we have any other questions, guys?
I'm gonna need you to stay here for a little while, because we gotta go look at something else, and we may have follow-up questions.
I can't make you let me go, but you did agree to. 24 hours?
Seems possible.
If possible.
I'll hold you to it, Lee. And Ginger says, it could make my life really hard. So, here's a part of the problem with keeping wizards under lock and key is, it's really hard.
24 hours if we're all still alive and on this plane to return to.
Well, I suppose that's fair enough. Best of luck.
Thank you for cooperation. You suck.
It's a matter of opinion, but fair enough.
I hope all the alcohol you drink is disappointing.
It usually is. I don't, but thank you.
I hate
Bron,
this guy. Let's
you
go.
have something?
So, quick, Bron was only really listening with half an ear to that. Bron's been thinking. Because, so, people, problem mainly to do with elementals. We want to protect the tree. I do happen to remember someone whose goal was maybe to use the tree as an antenna, who also might be incarcerated very nearby, that maybe we should talk to about, hey, if we can turn the tree into an anti-other elemental bubble, maybe that'll solve a bunch of our problems?
DM would say, yes, don't do it today. This is not the problem to solve today.
I think that's a good idea. I also think that we should speak to Rain, but it is 11:30 Western Australian Standard Time. Let's move on.
You've got the relevant information.
We got a lot. We fucking got Sobel back in the mix. Hate that guy.
Who's Sobel?
He used to be one of the council members.
He was high counselor, main guy, and he was super corrupt and had like a cult.
Hence the
He
insurrection.
tried to appoint himself as president.
He succeeded for about 3 days.
Goes well.
He's an asshole.
Yeah.
So you go to Pavoni's now to investigate.
At the
Yes.
speed of
Very well.
light, we go to Pavoni's.
You nip on over
Julio,
to
if we're going
Pavoni's.
to have a chat this session, it's probably going to happen now or never.
We can leave it to next season, I think. What do you
Okay.
think?
I suggest when the show is over, make a note about the thing you might want to say, because it'll be a couple of months. Yeah, you head on over to Pavoni's house. It's a humble place on the outskirts of the lower branches, built at the end of a branch near the docks, actually. Unusually for a birdfolk dwelling, it has almost no windows, and the couple that it does have are shuttered down. The roof even has a couple of gaps in the slates, and the door lacks a lock. It's about 30 feet to a side, and while it's not a hovel, it's hardly the home of a famous musician to look at.
Nobody do anything. Detect magic.
Oh, so much.
Just gonna ask.
Yeah, it's fucked up with the fucking cocaine magic.
It is so full of elemental magic. I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
I specifically, because I see specific auras of different schools of magic. I am specifically looking for abjuration and evocation around doorways and
none of that.
Drawers and things.
It does not appear trapped or anything like that. It is mostly whatever teleportation would be.
Probably conjuration.
Yeah. It's that actually makes total sense. Yeah. It's the vast majority of it is conjuration. Yep. Some illusion.
Yeah.
Which might be enchantment.
Is the door unlocked?
It is. It doesn't have a lock.
Cool.
It doesn't even have a lock. Weird as hell. Okay, go in.
Wait just a moment. It may be unprotected because we know what these things can do in small doses. If they are concentrated here and the essence of them is like embedded in the house, then there may be no need for protections. So what I can do, I'm going to, it would have been about an hour anyway, probably. I'm going to recast enhance ability at 4th level. And it doesn't help for saving throws, does it? It's only ability checks.
How about we just get some earplugs in and like communicate through gestures?
I can make rocks make sound.
That might help for the listen, but we have seen more than just things that talk.
Don't even have silence. That would be helpful.
Yeah, I don't have anything that would help.
Yeah, I was just like, even protection from evil and good doesn't really...
Yeah. Oh, that might actually help.
Could. Against elementals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I could do a magic circle.
That doesn't move.
Oh, we need to move through the place. Okay, how about this? I'm willing to be a lab mouse. See what I did there? Lab mouse. I'll tie a rope around my waist and I'll run in. And if something fucks me up, you guys tug and I'm back.
Well, how about I put protection from evil and good on you and then you go in and...
Okay.
Very well. You do that.
Cool. I buff Julio so he is protected from elementals.
Bron offers haste. Do you take it?
Haste? Okay.
Sure. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be very helpful, but maybe.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm ready. We have like a long 60-foot rope. I dash in. Do I die?
I'm going to cast enhance ability for intelligence so that you're better with investigation.
So that I reconsider. Got it.
Julio, Super Saiyans inside after tying a rope around themselves and tossing it to Bron, I think. Bron, do you cast haste?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, so Bron casts haste, Kesh casts protection from evil and good, Eric casts enhance ability, and Julio runs into a room that is completely bare of furniture and about 25 foot square. That is not to say, however, that it is uninteresting. It is a riot. The floor is a colorful mosaic of broken pottery and precious stones. The walls feature bizarre scenes painted as murals with enthusiasm, if not skill, and seemingly wherever one would fit, there are mirrors. Please make me a wisdom save.
Fuck me! I am the most wisdomous person in this group. Okay. Sure.
Literally anybody else would have been better for this.
It's fine. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna use
Look,
my
Holly was
inspiration.
just so keen to roll in there, all
Are
right?
you
Yep.
perhaps within 30 feet of me? Or
Yeah.
have you left 30
Do you,
feet?
are you deliberately not looking, Bron? Because the point was to not do that.
The point was to not do that. You're right.
How do
I'm
I
just
roll
waiting for the rope
worse?
to go taut.
You do
there's a note.
have inspiration and a D4.
She's used the inspiration.
I used the inspiration to roll the worse, so
and I'll tell
I
you,
haven't-
because I'm kind, don't bother with the D4.
Yeah, nah, it's not gonna help me. Do I die immediately?
No. No, not at all. But the DM makes
Okay.
a note on his notepad.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Oh.
terrifying.
Yeah, you are, you find, there is, you are in this room. It's a lot.
Sweet.
It's just, like, quite overwhelming, I suppose, is the main trick. And, yeah, you sort of focus your brain. What do you do?
Okay, so there's just like shit everywhere, just full on shit. Is there a doorway to her bedroom? Because she explained to me the bedroom with a dresser and the
Yep.
locket on it.
So the outside was about 30 foot square to look at. 30 feet to a side and roughly square. This room is 25 foot square.
Damn. Interesting. And are there any like hallways, doorways,
It,
anything?
it does. There are no obvious doors.
Okay. I'm gonna try and investigate in terms of like, what the fuck is happening, and can I
Yep.
find like a latch or anything?
Yep.
I have advantage on this.
You do.
Ooh, a double 17, that's 26.
26. The murals on the walls, Julio, are definitely scenes from the play.
Ooh, okay.
Not from. It looks initially, you go like, I remember this. Can we did? Oh wait. There are things that are specifically in the play that didn't happen. Yeah, it is an enthusiastically but not skillfully rendered visual depiction, like Cliff's Notes of the play. You also find a single closed door leading from the room, though making it out isn't easy amid the swirl of color and light of the space. Yeah, you do find, however, the doorway, the outline of a doorway. You are 25 feet across the room. How much rope did you have?
60 feet.
Okay, just room.
Like a classic rope.
I think 50 feet then.
Oh.
Yeah. Bron
Okay, that's
is
fine.
outside of the room, not looking in, so you have about 20 foot of play left.
Okay, I will shout back like, I'm okay so far, though this room is real funky.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know.
Do you open the inner door?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Well. Through the door, things get a little weirder. Beyond the threshold are several rooms. A bedroom, a large walk-in wardrobe, a kitchen, a small library, and a lavishly appointed music room. All laid out in a circle around the door, which seemingly is floating in a misty pink void about 15 feet from each of the platforms. None of the platforms have walls. None of the rooms have walls, but all feature several freestanding mirrors, and the sound of wind chimes can be detected on the breeze. Currently, they sort of slowly seem to orbit. I imagine you have not gone through the door yet?
I just opened it.
Yep. So currently you can see a kitchen, a
Shit.
small library, and a walk-in wardrobe.
So, to recap, the building itself is 30 feet. The 25 feet was taken up by the room, and the doorway just leads to, like, some other dimension. Some
Pretty much.
fucking
Pretty
demi-plane, whatever the fuck. Okay, I'm gonna shout that backwards to guys and say, like,
Hey, so like there's a doorway that leads to a real funky, like otherworldly plane where her apartment is.
I would like. I'm saying this in character. I would like to go in.
I think we kind of have to.
Yeah.
This is very weird. Okay, I am going to have my bow out and ready to go.
Oh, guys, be careful. The first room is like so gaudy that it makes your brain go ouchies. So like,
Okay.
There's the quote of the night.
Wisdom saves from all three of you as you walk through the ouchie room.
The ouchie room.
you got this, guys. You got this.
Ooh.
Oh no!
You don't got this at all.
Oh no.
We suck.
I
Hey!
I've got inspiration. I've got inspiration.
yeah,
You do, you do.
Yes, much better. Much better.
-1.
And yeah, -1. I can add
Yeah.
5 to that, but maybe 14's enough.
Are you gonna or not?
Fuck it. Like, yes, I'll add 5. I'll make it 19. Fuck
Okay.
this
Yeah.
shit.
You may have to restrain Cash.
Bron and Eric succeed. Cash,
Cash fails.
unsurprisingly, does not. Yeah, so Cash and Julio have failed the check, and Bron and Eric have succeeded it. Interesting. You all walk in, you all see the same things, you all stand at the doorway. Do you go through it?
Yes.
Ooh.
Heading through the doorway, there is, like, you can see from outside of the doorway, there is a platform about 10 feet wide that fully encircles the door. Yeah, sticking your head through, you can have a look around. The sort of void of pink mist seems to go on indefinitely. It's hard to make out an end point for it. But these little islands of bedrooms and so forth are the only things in it other than this central doorway.
Julio, are you okay? I want to
Yeah.
roll insight on Julio.
Yeah?
I mean, if you see what I'm seeing, then I'm probably okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dirty 20.
He seems fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
He seems
It's not that
possibly
I don't trust him just because this
Yeah.
is a fucked place. Yeah.
He seems
Yeah.
possibly a little rattled.
Mhm.
But other than
I'm
that...
also like ADD to shit right now because I'm on haste. So I'm like,
Yeah. This is true.
Hey Eric, you're like the plane guy. What's this plane?
Did you say it was pink?
Yep.
Pink mist all around.
Pink mist.
It's the plane of Barbie.
This does not track with any known plane.
Would this be like a little pocket dimension, like the little rope thing?
Yeah. Can I have a look at the door?
Bron would be
Well,
the person to ask about that.
Bron, make me an Arcana check on the door.
I want to help him if I can.
Very well. Yeah.
Ooh. Advantage. Do. Hey, not bad. 21.
This is a portal door. Yeah.
Ooh, cool. And so
you
like,
would guess this is
same
a tiny demiplane.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So
yes,
I would have
this is
seen
like the-
an aura of like conjuration or something on around the door frame.
Very much so. And off all the mirrors.
Yeah. Okay. Careful of the mirrors. They may also be portals.
Ooh.
Got it.
Yeah,
Cash
this
and
one's definitely a
Julio,
portal.
the mirrors look. You see your own eyes looking back.
oh,
Whenever
that's
you
freaky.
catch, when it's looking like you are looking at yourself always.
That's creepy.
Yeah, I don't like
It's like
that.
I'm staring at myself out of
Heading
the mirror.
through, you having a look around. You seated in the armchair of the study/library area is a shadowy figure of a bird folk, apparently reading in a wingback chair.
Yeah, wingback.
Each of the... I know, right? I had to be. Each of the
Is it a wingback
platforms...
because it has holes in the back for the wing?
Yeah.
More
that's-
wings!
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Each of the platforms are about 15 feet, away from the
Can
main
I
one.
jump to them?
Julio could easily jump it. Eric could easily glide it. Bron and Kesh a little bit less deftly.
How far away is the figure?
About 25 feet.
Does it look familiar?
Julio, make a history.
Me. Okay.
Oh.
History is intelligence, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
so
I have
advantage.
advantage.
Yeah.
Sweet. Very good. Very good. 14.
14. Initially, no. It is just because of its manner and demeanor. No, not really. But it looks up as you enter and moves over to the edge of the platform, folds the book closed and puts it down. The creature at first seemed birdfolk, but when closer inspected, it is only birdfolk shaped, like an outline moving on a wall. However, this being has substance, form. No light escapes its shape, and it speaks with a voice that Julio recognizes even if he doesn't know its shape. Now it comes to take our thing, when all we did was try to bring it home. The heir and parent will not stand for this, meat things, not at all. And I think
The
we'll
heir
leave it
and
there.
parent. He said heir and parent?
Parent.
Would be the life plane is the parent of the tree?
Death plane.
Oh, that's fucking death
Parent
plane.
of
I talked to
it.
this guy on death plane.
Yeah,
You
but
did talk to this guy on the death plane.
Yeah. Sucks. It sucks.
There you
I
have it.
hate
Thank
it.
you very much for hanging in with me there, guys. I'm glad we got to that point. That was the point I wanted to get to. We will do a
Nice.
very rapid, quick-fire round of favorite moments and then be gone from here. Guys, chat, please do not forget to type !ticket in chat to go into the giveaway. We have a giveaway for Troll Lord Games this evening, so please, !ticket in chat, because currently, Brendan has a really good chance of winning. And
don't want that.
we don't
Not
want
on
that.
my
No,
watch.
exactly. Good. Roxy soft pause. Excellent. Thank you very much. And guys, let us talk about our favorite moments. Everybody, let us talk Julio. We're just going to go around the room real quick, so I go last. Julio, favorite Julio moments, everybody.
Oh my god, the mirror makes brain ouchie comment was amazing. But also, no, I'll hold further comments until everyone else is gone.
Amusingly, we did roll a 2. Thanks, Bishop. I really enjoyed... Sorry, go for it.
Casting calm emotions on Pavoni to have a lucid conversation.
My favorite spell fucking come
Yep.
emotions. I love it.
I was
Yep.
going to say casting Speak with Dead. I saw it coming, but very cool idea, very good idea, very interesting idea, given you know that it's not that cool. Yeah, that was fun.
yeah, very fun. I think my favorite point was you trying to reason with the mercenary.
Yeah.
Like, Julio always does it, but there was almost no reason to this time. But, yeah, that's character. That's fantastic.
Yep. That's it. Favorite self?
Itself, yeah, I like that I can still use the eye in kind of sort of the same way, but
Yeah.
for spookier reasons now. I find that is a fun through line.
Very well. Excellent. All right, then Bishop Bud rolled a 1, which is me. So, favorite DM moments.
Oh,
Least
immediately.
favorite moment, the fucking Sobel coming back. Fuck you for that. Don't do that.
Favorite moment, though, Baron coughing the drugs into the toilet. Mwah. Absolutely. Lots of fun.
Oh, no. Oh, flush.
This weird mini plane dimension that we walked into,
Thank you.
Yes.
and
I'm
just
quite proud
the
of it.
description of the house.
Yes.
Mm.
And also, I loved how you played the mercenary, because it's clear that we needed to assess our tactics, and just like forcing our way through would just not yield anything. I love when NPCs have different like pressure points. That's good.
Thank you. Bishop Blood says the spire. Yeah, I kind of liked my description of that. That was fun. Yeah.
Like, I really
Thanks, Avis.
enjoyed the conversation with the Merc, even though I was so frustrated that he was just. I'm
It's
just
irritating.
like, this guy gives no fucks, and I hate it.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? It was like Hulu's trying his fucking damnedest to build a bridge to this guy, and Gesh
Gesh
is
is
like,
like,
fuck
"Fuck
you!
Yeah.
I hate you so much. I hate
Eric
you.
actually
I hate
really-
your mum. I hate your dad.
Yeah.
Eric
but
really likes the guy.
Yeah, he's fun.
Yeah.
I did enjoy you casually dropping that the assassin was already dead when he attacked us. That was a cool little bit of info. That
Oh,
the thing possessing him didn't know how to keep him alive, so he's dead.
Yeah, I assumed that he was dead, and that's why I asked her if she ever saw him eat, because I assumed he was undead at that point. But the knowledge that the reason he died is because the elemental just does not give a shit, creepy, like it.
Yeah. The dead assassin had kids. Yeah. That's messed up. Yeah.
Tell my wife I love her.
Also, the fact that he's from Brackenmill.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a lot of whole little threads.
Also, Josh, the thing I liked is when I casted Speak with Dead. Usually, what it does is just you ask questions, they like answer cryptically. But you actually had him like talk and have his own like desires to go through. I really like that.
Yeah. It's a fucked up spell. Gotta wring all the emotional out of it we can. My favorite me moment was, I think I played 4 quite distinct, like, major NPCs that you asked questions of and got answers from, plus Oren, but he's new and different. And yeah, I think I really did a good job of getting into the headspace of each different one of them. I thought Pavoni was the right kind of crazy. I was quite happy with the way to do that, because I didn't make a lot of notes. It was, she's insane, deal.
But you also, just on that note, you also adjusted really well for Julio casting calm emotions.
I was really appreciative. It made it so much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was not so much insane as unsane, I would say.
Yeah. She was out of it.
All right, that's me. I've been very thoroughly flattered. Let us talk John, because I think number 3 was 1 as well. Favorite Bron moments, everybody?
I loved how Bron was like, as soon as Julio is done speaking for that, he's like, what the fuck just happened? What is this? That's great.
What have you people been doing?
Following
This
right
normal
on
for
from
a
that.
pope?
Following right on from that.
Yeah.
His genuine concern and, oh my god, I need to fix you. That's fucked, bro. Like, how can I help you with this? Because this is not good. Like, his genuine, like, Bron's often a little bit like, I don't really understand. But this, he was like, I think I do understand. And if I don't, I still don't like it. I will fix you. Yeah, that was lovely.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
Something I wrote down early on in the conversation with Baron, talking about listen and saying, well, then music would be drugs. And Julio's comment of, that doesn't
Thank
work
you.
on.
That was great. I really loved that. Exactly, right? Thanks. Who are you? Can I have another lolly?
Oh yeah, he must have put the lollies down at some point. He's not wandering around the spire with a bowl of lollies.
Isn't he?
Boiled sweets. I think he is.
He
I
put them
did
in something
enjoy
first.
just Bron being like, do you want a lolly? And then Holly is like, no, that's bad for you. Here, have a hash brown.
Yeah, because that's so much
so
better.
much.
Not empty calories.
It has protein.
Yeah.
And the hash brown? Where's the protein in the hash brown?
That's my secret fucking recipe. Wouldn't you like to know?
Oh, it's undead meat.
Soylent hash browns are people.
Yeah.
Well, now
I
I'm
think
concerned.
You. Turns out music is drugs. Yeah. Other favorite Julio. Other favorite Bronze, sorry. Favorite
Was that
self?
everyone? Yeah, not listening to the asshole and just figuring out how to deal with the elemental shit. Because he wouldn't. He doesn't know anything about that. Yeah. But you gave him a little puzzle, so he would.
Yep. Excellent. Alrighty, then it was a 2. That's Brendan. Favorite Eric moments.
All the detect magics. Just being like, I'm good at this. I can do this. This is, yeah, very helpful for all of the entire session. Yes.
Yeah. I also liked the continuing like improv of lore between tenders. Yeah, fucking Bob, am I right? Yeah, I fucking hate that guy.
That's what I was going to say. My favorite was the interaction with Bob. It was actually really fun to play because we're both just bullshitting about who this person is, and he's just getting deeper and deeper. And yeah, I was like, wow, I actually feel like he does have like stuff. Yeah, that was fun.
Bob now has an article on the Humblewood wiki.
I also really loved your idea to fill the roots with a new drug to combat the old drug.
Just the whole concept of listen methadone essentially was just amazing.
Yeah.
That whole conversation was so great.
Bishop Blood
It
says
went
the reveal
much
that
better
Eric
than I
killed Bob's
expected.
family.
Oh, poor Bob.
And Julio's sending and Eric going, I'm right here.
Yeah. I received a message back. He's right here.
Yeah.
That's funny.
My favorite bit about that was that Julio burned a 3rd level spell and I knew what they were going to meet by the end of the session.
Listen, I also what a kind
Like
GM, because
character.
I allowed I asked if I should burn all of my 2nd level slots as well. So if you said yes, I'd be with nothing but 1st level spell slots at this point.
I'm a kind and merciful DM.
Are we opening the next season with a fight, or is this dude here to talk?
Yeah, thing.
Julio's hasted, so, you know.
Yeah, there's
We'll
some
die
good
twice
stuff.
as quickly.
But Eric burned a lot of big shit too.
Actually, not as much as you would think.
Oh, okay. There's a
I mean,
couple...
at this point, at level 11, druids just have shit tons of
Yeah.
spells.
Anyway,
What's your
let's
favorite
keep
yours
focused.
moment,
Yeah, favorite self.
Brendan?
Probably coming back to the end of the conversation with Baron and playing the bad cop to Kesh.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, cool. Excellent. Alrighty. Favorite Karen moments, everybody. See, wow, this is... We can do this quick if we want. Yeah, favorite Karen...
Kesh being so pissed off at that guy that she, against all reason, would be like, no, I want him to rot in this cell forever, actually.
Yeah,
Let
I
the
wrote
drug dealer
down-
go, but you, sir, you are an asshole.
5
I
pound
wrote down
sack
that
of withering
line.
talent going to waste.
Yes.
Yeah, a 5-pound sack of wizard wasting away in prison.
Yeah,
That's a good line.
It's so good. I'm
Oh.
sure that we both got that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my favorite Cage moment was Beth singing the orchestra music. Being like this. Oh, wait, I can't. Oh, amazing moment.
It's like, shit, I'm not musically talented.
I'm not.
Turns
This
out.
is not my forte.
It's like,
Yeah, Kesh, good cop, bad copping a couple of times, and coming like being a good cop at the beginning of the session and bad cop at the end was interesting. But yeah, Bishop Blood said mine in chat, being so fucking terrifying. Like Jed said, the most intimidating you were the entire session was with your own underling.
that poor card to run tail
Yeah.
between the legs back.
She's not
back
even
to
angry. She's
headquarters.
just disappointed at him. And that's
Yeah.
worse.
I'm not even gonna yell at you.
Oh boy! Oh dear!
I like the idea that Kesh is becoming more of a leader without, and not just a leader, but a leader with subordinates, more than she realizes. And then maybe in a night or two, just eyes awake in the middle of the night. Oh my God, I just did that. I just intimidated a guy for fucking up. I can't believe that was me.
Yeah.
Brushing away the cockroaches.
The bugs, wipe you on the cheek and say, it's okay, go back to bed, honey.
Feed you another cookie. Like they've purloined you hash browns and you just get fed at night. It's fortunate she's got such an active, outgoing lifestyle, otherwise she'd be putting on weight. Kesh, what's your favorite self moment? Also, Julio giving Baron a job. Yeah, that was so cute.
Yeah.
No, I know what my favorite moment was. Being like, I kind of want to get high.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Yes!
I know this is a really fucking bad idea, but I could learn a lot from doing these drugs.
I was so excited. I was like,
the...
that's such a bad idea. Do it. Smiles in DM. Was that in relation to that?
I was like, I'm pretty sure they're going to stop me from doing this, but...
Oh, we should have given him
Kesh
to
is the voice of reason. And this session, she was uncharacteristically making bad decisions.
Everyone wants to kill me. I'm under a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
It's
Alrighty.
okay, I'm growing some drugs for you.
So, that was glorious. Guys, we've had a marvelous season finale. Thank you so much for hanging out with us this evening. We need to find somebody to go and raid, drop you folks on. We will probably... we might go and see Cyber Nation Uncensored, who are playing Cyberpunk Red, which will be rather fun. But before we do that, guys, who the absolute heck have you been this evening? Brendan, who the heck are you?
I'm Brendan. I'm an actor and director here in Perth, and just a funny little guy. If you're based in Perth, come LARP. LARP is cool. The next LARP, big LARP that I'm going to be at is in September. So come meet me there.
Awesome.
Daria?
Got it.
We'd love that.
Fucking fund my plane ticket and I'll be there.
Yeah, Karen, who the heck are you?
Hello, I am Karen, sometimes known as the Mother of Bunnies. I'm a performer, a writer, an internet addict. You can follow me on Twitter at Mother of Bunnies or Instagram at Miss Lola Moore, or you can listen to me in the D&D podcast There Be Dragons. Or fun fourth option, you can come to this channel on Tuesday nights and watch me play Baldur's Gate, because it is chaotic and amazing. And what did we do last week? We we're in a wizard tower. There are a lot of doors, and they don't always go where you expect them to. And also, I think Gal wants to become a god, and I have some concerns about that.
We all do. Alrighty, Brendan, we've heard from you. Great, and it was lovely. You're very charismatic. John, who the heck are you?
I'm John. I've been a performer for a long time, swing dancer, rehomer of greyhounds, lover of D&D. Yeah,
Sleepy
that
boy.
about sums me up. Oh, and a nerd.
There is that too. I've seen no evidence of that. Daria, who the heck are you?
I'm Daria. I play Julio on the channel and also am an artist. And if you need art of any kind, hit me up. That's it.
Got to fund that plane ticket to come and do LARP with Brendan.
Exactly.
And
That's a lot of porn.
Yeah, that's a lot of fairy porn. Or not a
Not
lot.
during the LARP. Before the LARP.
Yes.
You're not familiar with the LARP.
And I be Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on my channel, Corsair's Cove, where I run D&D and other RPG-related games with my lovely wife, Karen, the Mother of Bunnies, and all my splendid friends. If you want me to come to your house and do D&D and you happen to live in Perth, I could do that. If you want me to come to your house digitally and do D&D, that also could work. Hit me up in the DMs. We have a Discord. We have a YouTube for all the episodes you may have missed, and we have all the ! Socials. Karen, please tell us one more time about the Ukraine, and everybody type ticket, ! Ticket in chat to go into the draw.
The Ukraine, you probably heard about it. There's a war going on there. It sucked ass, and is not over because, I'm tired and hungry. And so I imagine a lot of people in Ukraine. Sorry, if you are able to, this is so fucking, if you are able to donate, that would be amazing. There is a link in chat for the Emergency Action Appeal, which is supporting refugees from the Ukrainian conflict. So if you can, please do donate and ignore my exhausted ramblings. Peace out.
Good on you, champions. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure having you. Thank you so much to our raiders from Jack Squarepeg, you bloody champions. We are affiliated with Wooten Forge and Troll Lord Games, purveyors of WA's finest wooden handcrafted tabletop accessories and the Castles and Crusades system, respectively. And it is Troll Lord Games that donated our giveaway for this evening, which I am going to draw in about 5 seconds or so. So get in there nice and quick. Yes, you could.
Oh,
it will...
5 seconds left to fuck me.
Close giveaway.
Wow. All the time I need. I mean, what?
And the winner is the Lorite. Thank you very much. There you go, Dana.
Hey!
Nice.
One of our raiders gets it. There we are, splendid. Well, I will send that through to the Lorite later on. Guys, thank you very much for hanging out with us this evening. We will be back on Monday night for some more Humblewood. And until then, peace out, everybody. Say goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you in a couple months.
Bye-bye.